In this moment, as you settle into your space, take a gentle breath, drawing in the air around you. Pull it fill your lungs, cool and nourishing. Then exhale softly, releasing any tension, any busyness that clings to your being. Let your body find its natural rhythm, a peaceful ebb and flow. The world outside may still be rushing, but here, in this breath, in this moment, everything is quiet. Allow the weight of the day to melt away as you prepare to embark on a journey through the simple act of being present. Picture yourself in a cozy kitchen, the sunlight spilling through the window, casting warm, golden rays across the countertop. Dishes lie before you, a small mountain of porcelain and glass that glistens with promise. Each plate and cup holding stories of shared meals and laughter. You stand there, anchored in this space, the gentle hum of the world outside melding with the soft rhythm of your thoughts as you reach for the first dish, cool and smooth in your hands. A sense of connection blooms. This simple object, once filled with nourishment, now rests in stillness, awaiting your care. The water runs a soft murmur filling the sink with its crystalline cascade. Each droplet dances in the light, creating a symphony that intertwines with your breath. You pause, allowing the sound to wash over you, grounding you in this present moment, placing the dish into the warm water. You feel the heat embrace your fingers, a comforting reminder of the life entwined in these objects. As you gather the soap, it bubbles playfully, releasing a fragrant swirl of lavender and citrus. Bring your focus back to the task at hand. With each gentle stroke of the sponge, you welcome in the warmth of creation, a rhythm that mimics the gentle waves of the ocean. The sponge glides across the dish, and with each pass, you begin to notice the textures, the soft curves, the delicate patterns etched into the surface. A sense of gratitude emerges. This dish has carried food, joy, and moments shared with loved ones. In this slow dedication, your heart opens, embracing the simple joy of caring for what nourishes you. Both physically and emotionally, you move through the task, each dish an opportunity to be present. It's a clinking of glass as you rinse a wine. Glass brings a smile, a memory of laughter shared over a candlelit table. As the water runs over your hands, you feel a delightful coolness, contrasting with the warmth of your thoughts. You breathe into this sensation, allowing it to anchor you further into the now. While cleaning, your mind may wander, flitting about like a leaf caught in a gentle breeze. A thought arises perhaps about something you need to do later, or a worry that nibbles at the edges of your peacefulness. Without judgment, you observe this thought, a fluttering butterfly in the garden of your mind. You do not chase it. You simply let it drift by, returning your focus to the touch of the sponge against the surface of the next plate. Each dish becomes a portal into this moment. It's a bowl, a cup, a fork, all echoing a life lived, a meal enjoyed. As you wash, you notice the endless cycle of life unfolding, the dishes dirtied, then cleansed, only to be dirtied again. How beautiful it is, this rhythm, its continuous act of giving and receiving. The water swirls around the basin, a gentle whirlpool that holds the remnants of a meal. As you rinse each item, watch their reflections shimmer, a fleeting glimpse of the world around you. The colors dance playfully, with the sunlight casting tiny rainbows on your skin. With each passing moment, allow yourself to be a part of this flow, an integral note in the symphony of existence. Pausing now, let the water run between your fingers. Each droplet, a reminder of impermanence. Each moment, a connection to everything that is. You close your eyes for a moment, and feel the warmth cascading down your arms, the water slipping away, leaving behind a trail of tranquility. In this stillness, there is a profound awareness of being alive, of inhabiting this moment fully, as if time has forgotten its urgency. As you finish washing the last dish, you pause to watch its gleaming surface. The luminous shine reflects the room, the kitchen that has witnessed countless meals, the walls that have absorbed conversations and laughter, This space, this present moment, feels sacred. You become aware of the pulse of life surrounding you, filled with gratitude for the smallness of your tasks and the bigness of your existence within them. Slowly drying the dishes. The soft fabric of the towel against your fingertips grounds you once more in the physicality of the experience. Each pat and rub whispers of care. It is an act of love towards the simple things that hold meaning. With each plate, each cup, you feel a sense of completion, a gentle nod to the effort of living mindfully as you place the last dish upon the drying rack. Take a moment to appreciate the serenity that has unfolded within you. Your heartbeat, the rhythm of the breath, the soft occasional sounds of the world outside all are part of this rich tapestry of life. In the stillness that follows, remember that within the ordinary acts there lies a profound sense of presence, a gentle invitation to return time and again to this moment. You are enough. Here, in the whisper of water and the embrace of now, everything else can wait. Rest in this truth and carry it with you as you step back into the world. In this moment, allow yourself to arrive fully. Take a deep breath in, feeling the air fill your lungs, and slowly exhale, letting go of any thoughts or worries that linger at the edge of your mind. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest. You are here, in this space, where time slows and the chaos of the day softens into possibility. Inhale the present, exhale the past and future. As we journey together, consider the simple acts of life, the ones we often overlook, and how they can guide us back to the essence of being God. It is late afternoon, and the sun drapes its golden light across the kitchen counter, illuminating the small, humble space where lives convene. This is where you find yourself, standing quietly at the sink, surrounded by a quiet symphony of running water and the soft clink of plates. Each dish speaks a silent story, a gathering of laughter over dinner, the clatter of forks and knives, the warmth of shared moments nestled within the very ceramic dot. Gently, you wrap your fingers around the first plate, a simple, white disc that has known the rhythm of many meals. You may notice the slight coolness of its surface, a contrast to the warmth emanating from the sun through the window. With a slow, deliberate motion, you begin to lather the sponge with soap, watching it become sudsy and rich. In this moment, let this action absorb your attention as you begin to scrub. The water cascades over the plate, and the rhythm of your movements becomes a soothing balm. You might hear the water gliding, its sound akin to whispers shared between old friends. With each pass of the sponge, notice the small bubbles forming and dancing, gliding towards the edge of the plate before plummeting into the depths below. They are ephemeral, much like thoughts present one moment, then gone the next. As you rinse the plate, feel the warmth of the water upon your hands. It envelops you like a gentle embrace, drawing you deeper into this moment of presence. At the set, warmth seeps into your skin, and it becomes a reminder that you are alive, fully here, anchored in this act of care, this simple ritual of washing away the remnants of yesterday's dot. With each plate you wash, feel not only the physical act, but the emotions that arise with it. Perhaps a memory pours forth, a meal shared with family, a quiet evening with a loved one, the laughter that filled the air as stories unfurled around the dining table. You are cleansing not just the dishes, but also the fragments of time, of connection, imagined conversations that echo like distant melodies. There is a fork in your hand now, its steel glinting softly in the golden light. You place it under the flow of water, letting it come alive again, returning to its essential self. It was once marred with crumbs and remnants that spoke of meals past. Now, as it is tenderly scrubbed, you find yourself reflecting on the transient nature of moments, how they shape our hearts and minds, and yet fade like evening shadows. You pause, the fork resting in your palm, dripping with droplets of water. What if you allowed this moment to expand, to stretch like the light around you? The kitchen, with its comforting sounds and scents, becomes a sanctuary, a place to unfold and breathe deeply. As you resume your task, notice how the act of washing transforms into a dancing motion, fluid, intentional, harmonizing with the gentle song of the water. And now, a cup of vessel that once held fragrant tea, its rim still warm from the lingering embrace of your hands or those of a friend. You cradle it, feeling its weight, its presence grounding you. The familiar scent of soap wafts through the air, mingling with memories of warmth and connection. You think of the last gathering, the discussions shared, the silence savored between sips, an unspoken bond weaving together those seated around the table. As you scrub the cup, you reach a place of stillness, an awareness of the nature of presence. Each stroke holds a power, the potential to anchor you to this moment. As thoughts flit by like autumn leaves dancing in the wind, accept them without judgment. Gently allow them to drift like clouds across a placid sky, each thought appearing, then moving away, leaving the blue expanse of your mind unobstructed and clear. You have shifted from merely washing dishes to immersing in presence, becoming the witness to the sensations, the cool breeze from the open window, an echo of laughter from far away, the taste of the moment lingering like solitude, an invitation to mindfulness. As you place the last cup onto the drying rack, take a moment to step back. Breathe in the serenity of a completed task, the rich palette of life revealed in the simple act of washing dishes. The sun continues to cast its glow. The shadows elongate and settle softly against the wooden floor. In this quiet place, you might notice thoughts beginning to dance again. What needs to be done next? The worries that nudge at the corners of your mind. Acknowledge these without resistance. Like the water that flows, they too can surf on the surface of this moment, neither binding you nor sweeping you away. Standing here, with your hands still wet and the world quiet, there is grace in letting it be. The beauty of being at the sink, simplest act of caring for your home, reveals a deeper truth about connection and presence. It reminds you that each moment, no matter how small, holds the potential for awakening. As you turn away from the sink, leaving the dishes wrapped in their cascading droplets of water, you carry with you the essence of this moment, a reminder that presence resides within the mundane, waiting to be noticed. Let it cradle you like the soft embrace of water on skin as you move forward into the rest of your day. Life, in all its layers, may whisper its wisdom when you pause to listen, to feel, to simply be. Here, in the stillness of everyday moments, peace unfolds effortlessly. In this moment, as you sit and breathe, take a gentle pause to feel the stillness around you. As the world hums softly, a background melody in the dance of life, where what matters most is here, in the now. This breath you take can be an anchor, drawing you deeper into the present, opening your senses to the subtle symphony that surrounds you. Allow the thoughts that flutter in your mind to drift like leaves on a stream, gently releasing the weight of the day. Let this moment cradle you, inviting you into a space where time slows and awareness blooms. Once upon a time, in a humble kitchen filled with the warm, golden light of early evening, there stood a sink overflowing with dishes. Each plate and cup carried the history of shared meals, laughter, and the simple joy of nourishment. They sat there, nestled together in a pile, awaiting their turn to be cleansed. The air was thick with the lingering aroma of garlic and rosemary, remnants of a home-cooked dinner that had transformed food into an experience, a gathering of love. As she approached the sink, a woman named Clara took a breath, inhaling the mixed fragrances of her culinary symphony. The sink sparkled beneath the fading light, water glistening like diamonds on the surface. Clara rolled up her sleeves, allowing the cool touch of the ceramic to connect her to the moment, this simple act that brought her back to herself. She turned on the tap, and the water gushed forth, filling the basin as the sound unfolded like whispers of a distant stream. The warmth of the water enveloped her hands, soft and inviting. She felt the sensation spread, a gentle warmth that moved up her arms until it settled in her heart. Here, in this everyday ritual, Clara found a stillness that echoed within her. Each dish began to emerge from the pile, a silent invitation to engage with the present. As she picked up the first plate, she marveled at its smooth surface, tracing her fingers along its rim. Tiny droplets of water cascaded down, creating a melody of their own, rhythmically splashing as they met the surface of the sink. She felt her breath deepen, each inhalation intertwining with the sound of water, a reminder that life flows just like this moment, with the sponge in hand. She applied a gentle pressure as if she were giving the plate a soft massage. A foam bubbled and danced, creating frothy clouds that whispered promises of cleanliness. She watched as the bubbles formed, their tiny shapes rolling and colliding, a playful reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. As she scrubbed, the world around her faded, and in that sweet simplicity, she could taste presence. Her thoughts drifted like feathers on the wind. What delightful conversations had taken place over the meals served on this plate? What dreams had been shared? What stories woven into the fabric of family? The stroke of her sponge became a gesture of gratitude and thankfulness for the sustenance that had nourished not just her body, but her spirit. When the plate was finally rinsed, the water sparkled as it cascaded off the porcelain, and Clara felt a lightness within. She placed the dish in the drying rack with care, each movement deliberate, a dance of intention that filled the room with serene energy. Next came the mugs, their ceramic sides cooled against her fingertips, each holding echoes of morning rituals and whispered good nights, a testament to the everyday moments that stitched together the tapestry of her life. As Clara continued, her mind flowed like the water from the tap, thoughts emerging and receding, but never lingering long enough to create weight. And awareness blossomed. It was not just about cleaning up after a meal, but about honoring the acts of daily living, the warmth of connection, the flavors of existence melting together in harmony outside. Dusk wrapped its arms around the neighborhood, and the last bits of sunlight surrendered to the encroaching night. The sounds of the world slightly muffled. A distant hum of crickets began to play their nightly symphony. The room was now filled with the aroma of the Gritange ritual, the sanctuary of solace where life unfolded in its simplest form. Clara's breath deepened once more, savoring the calm that filled her heart. She realized with each dish she washed, she was also washing away the busyness of her thoughts, the anxieties that sometimes threatened to cloud her spirit. The water carried away the remnants of worries, rinsing off the intensity of the day, leaving behind only peace, of raw, unfiltered appreciation for what was. With the last item, a cherished bowl gifted by her grandmother, Clara paused. She held it in her hands, feeling the weight of memory and love. Her heart swelled with a profound stillness, an acknowledgement of all that had come before and all that was yet to be. With each movement, she crafted a moment of completion, the final bubbles trailing off, but leaving a reminder of connection, of heritage, of love. As she set the bowl in its place, Clara stepped back, surveying her work. The kitchen, once cluttered and tumultuous, now gleamed with the quiet grace of order. There was beauty in the simplicity of the space, a reflection of her own interior world, which now felt clear and spacious. In that tender silence, she allowed herself to simply be a woman in a kitchen, a soul cradled in the arms of everydayness, where mindfulness entwined with the act of caring for her home. As Clara took one last look around the kitchen, she felt a gentle unease release its grip on her heart. Life, she realized, was not merely about grand moments or far-off destinations. It was woven into the texture of each breath, each dish scrubbed, and each heartbeat resonating in stillness. In this embrace of presence, she found not just the fulfillment of a task, but a quiet appreciation for being alive, for the gift of awareness and the beauty of letting go. And so, she stepped away from the sink, carrying the simplicity of that moment within her, a soft reminder that every act is a journey, and each journey leads us home. In this moment, let us pause. Take a gentle breath, filling your lungs with the crisp air around you. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to relax. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, and turn your attention inward, as if tuning in to a distant melody, faintly resonating in the chambers of your heart. Notice the rhythm of your breath, steady rise and fall, like waves tenderly caressing a shore. Here, in the stillness of now, you are invited to journey a gentle unfolding of ordinary life, where mindfulness weaves a tapestry of presence, one thread at a time. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the soft morning light, where the sun spills golden rays across a worn wooden table. The scent of yesterday's dinner lingers in the air, merging with the gentle aroma of freshly brewed coffee. There is a sink in the corner, filled to the brim with dishes from the night before. Plates, glasses, and utensils lie piled together, a small mountain of tasks awaiting tender care. In this kitchen stands a woman named Mira. She rolls up the sleeves of her soft cotton shirt, feeling the fabric brush against her skin, grounding her in this simple task. Standing before the sink, she allows herself to notice the warmth of the water as it cascades from the faucet clear, shimmering droplets that dance and twirl before settling in the basin. With each splash, she feels the soft whisper of water, calling her back to the present, inviting her to immerse herself in the here and now. Mira reaches for a plate, its surface cool and smooth under her palm. She places it beneath the stream of water, watching as it embraces the gentle flow. Tiny rivulets form, each one a path in a moment of discovery. As the soapy sponge meets the plate, a soft squeak fills the air, a sound that resonates like a tiny bell ringing, momentary yet profound. She finds herself entranced by the shimmering bubbles that rise like tiny worlds, suspended in time, slight reflections of sunlight dancing on their surfaces. She observes her hands moving deliberate and purposeful, yet fluid and free. The sponge glides over the plate, and as she scrubs, she feels the texture beneath her fingers, the shift from smooth ceramic to the embrace of the soap. Each stroke becomes a meditation, a focus that quiets the soothing balm for the restless thoughts that often swirl just out of reach. Mira pauses for a moment, allowing herself to breathe deeply, feeling the rhythm of her heartbeat in sync with the soft gurgle of water swirling in the sink. Here, in this moment, there are no other demands, no other agendas, just a simple, profound act of washing a plate. She allows herself to be completely present, letting go of the day ahead, the endless to-do lists that play in the back of her mind. Instead, she cultivates a soft awareness, allowing her thoughts to float like leaves upon a stream, each one carrying away the weight of worry one by one. They drift downstream and fade into the distance as she rinses the plate. Clear water cascades over it, each drop a moment of clarity, washing away the remnants of the past. She watches as the water washes away the soap, leaving behind a gleaming surface, so bright and clean, a reflection of the clarity she seeks within. It is an exquisite reminder that, like this plate, she too can emerge anew, shining from the scrubbing of the routines and the heaviness of the day. With each plate, each cup, each spoon, she moves through a quiet meditation of being, feeling the warmth of the water against her skin, the gentle touch of the sponge gliding over glass, the fading scent of dish soap mingling with the aromatic air. As she continues, her mind drifts inward, not to escape, but to explore touching the tender corners of remembrance, of joy, of gratitude. She thinks of laughter shared over meals, of friends gathered around the table, of the stories that lingered like shadows on the surface of the dishes. From this process emerges a deeper realization, a gentle truth that the ordinary can hold extraordinary depth. In the swirling water, she finds a reflection of her own life, a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, stillness and chaos. Each dish becomes a testament to the love and care shared in moments both big and small. Each one has held the sustenance of shared laughter, the essence of gatherings, the memories that nourish the spirit as she moves to the silverware. The soft clinks of forks and knives create a rhythm against the porcelain of the sink, a symphony of sound that echoes in her heart. She notices the texture of the handles, the gentle weight of each piece. Here, two small moments of gratitude arise, each one holding within it the essence of the people she loves, the hands that have used these utensils, the meals that have been served, the everyday beauty that binds them together. With each passing moment, instead of rush or anxiety, there grows within her a profound sense of peace, a blossoming awareness that time, in this very instant, is not a concern. For here, in this sanctuary of her kitchen, there exists only the magic of presence, beauty of mindful acceptance. The boundaries of her mind begin to dissolve. Thoughts of the day ahead shrink into small whispers. Unable to reach the resonant stillness she has nurtured with each scrubbed surface. Finally, she finishes washing the last spoon and places it gently in the drying rack, watching as water droplets cling and glisten in the light. Poised on the edge, but never falling, a reminder of potential. She wipes her hands on a soft dish towel, a texture grounding her return to stillness. The kitchen now glows, the dishes neatly set aside, a serene sense of accomplishment wrapped in quietud. Mira takes a moment to inhale the freshness of the space. Surrendering into the awareness of her environment, she listens. The soft chirping of birds outside brings her attention to the world beyond her kitchen window, a world alive and awakening with each new day. The breeze flows in through the open window, lightly tousling her hair and carrying with it the tender hum of nature, the whispers of a waking earth, reminding her of her very place in the tapestry of existence. And here, within the simplicity of washing dishes, a profound insight crystallizes, a gentle reminder that every task, every moment, carries within it the potential for sublime awareness. In the rhythm of our daily lives, we can find stillness. In the ordinary, we uncover the extraordinary. Each breath, each action, holds the power to connect us deeply, reminding us that we are here, alive and resplendent, a part of the beautiful mosaic of now. Share this tenderness with you as you step beyond the threshold of this kitchen, allowing the ripple of stillness to weave into every moment that follows. In the gentle embrace of the moment, take a breath. Feel the rhythm of your inhale as it fills your lungs, and the softness of your exhale as it releases into the world. Let go of the tasks waiting patiently in the wings of your mind. For now, there is just this, the here and now. As we settle into this shared space, allow your thoughts to drift like leaves on a stream, floating gently away, leaving only the essence of being alive, aware, and present. There is a small kitchen, brightened by morning light streaming through the window, casting playful shadows that dance across the countertops. The scent of freshly brewed coffee fills the air, mingling with the soft, comforting warmth of the day ahead. It is here, in this tender cocoon of domesticity, that our story unfolds. Meet Anna, standing at the sink, her hands submerged in a basin of warm, soapy water. The dishes, neatly stacked in a haphazard pile, glistened with remnants of yesterday's meals. She takes a breath, feeling the warmth cradle her hands, a a soothing embrace after a long night's rest. The world outside hums with distant sounds, the faint chirping of birds, the soft whoosh of a car passing by, and the gentle rustle of leaves conversing with the morning breeze as she lifts the first dish. A simple white plate, she observes the way the light caresses its surface. It's a canvas of unapologetic imperfection, the signs of meals shared, laughter echoing around the table. She feels a surge of gratitude wash over her, a silent acknowledgement of the moments infused within this mundane object. Here, in the stillness, she honors the life that has unfolded within these ceramic walls. The water swirls around her fingers, the bubbles rising and bursting like tiny, joyful moments released into the air. She begins to wash, and a simple act transforms into a symphony of sensations. The warmth of the water, the slip of the suds against the plate, the delicate sound of porcelain meeting itself breaks the silence, creating a gentle rhythm that begins to echo within her. Each stroke of the sponge becomes a brush against her mind, each circular motion a way to wash away not just the remnants of meals, but the clutter of worries, doubts, and the ever-looming tasks that wait hungrily for her attention. She allows her thoughts to drift, unanchored, observing them as they arise, noticing without judgment. There is no need for rush. The world outside continues its own dance, but she is here, fully engaged with the task at hand. As she rinses the plate, she watches the water cascade down its surface, glistening droplets forming a gentle stream that weaves its way into the basin. The sound of water splashing is a melody, a memory of time spent, laughter, shared a harmonious chorus of life. She pauses for a moment, allowing herself to be fully present with this simple act, noticing how it feels, the coolness of the water against her warm skin, the way the bubbles tickle her fingertips. With each dish, Anna descends deeper into this meditative state, her mind a canvas open to the colors of her thoughts and feelings. A fork, a glass, a pot'll echo tales of sustenance, of family meals where love was served and joy seasoned into every bite. She recalls the laughter of her children as they fought over the last piece of pie, and the ritual of Sunday dinners with friends. The kitchen, her sanctuary, holds these stories, lovingly etched into every surface. Time loses its rigid hold as she tilts her head and listens to the surrounding silence that holds an undertone of life. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant laughter from outside, the delicate sound of her own breath merging with the rhythm of the water. In this moment, Anna realizes the beauty of connection lies in the ordinary, this symbiotic exchange between herself and the world around her. Her movements become slower, each action deliberate, almost sacred. The sponge glides along the bottom of the pot, scrubbing away the remnants of a hearty stew, while the scents of garlic and herbs linger faintly in her memory. Memories rise like steam from the pot, warm and nourishing. She smiles softly, allowing the memory of the meal to envelop her like a warm blanket. She allows her thoughts to return to the present, focusing on the physical sensation of the dish in her hands, the soothing warmth of the water, the rhythmic flow of her breath. This moment, this kitchen, becomes an anchor, a reminder that life consists of these small, sacred acts that may appear mundane, yet hum with the vibrancy of existence. As the last dish is washed, she places it gently in the drying rack, looking at the warm sunlight now falling across the kitchen table, illuminating the space with golden hues. A moment of stillness stretches before her, a space filled with appreciation. The dishes are clean, yes, but more than that, it is as if a weight has lifted. A sense of clarity blooms within her that had been clouded by the noise of tasks and responsibilities. Anna stands still for just a heartbeat longer, grounding herself in this moment of tranquility. The world outside carries on, oblivious to the small transformation taking place within her. In the embrace of stillness, she realizes that each moment carries its own weight and beauty, and that to pause to truly care for oneself in these pockets of everyday life is to honor a deeper truth. With the final breath, she turns away from the sink, wiping her hands on a kitchen towel, her heart calm and her spirit light. The kitchen, a mosaic of sights, sounds, and memories, whispers to her a gentle reminder to find the extraordinary within the ordinary. To cultivate mindfulness, not just in moments like these, but in all the spaces life offers her as she plants her feet on the cool tiles of the kitchen floor. The world begins to re-emerge. She carries with her the stillness of that moment, a treasure tucked away in her heart. Life will continue its ebb and flow. Tasks will await her, but she takes with her the understanding that even in the busiest of days, a sense of peace can be found in the simplest of acts. Just as the dishes were washed and dried, so too can her mind be cleansed of distractions, allowing clarity and appreciation to reign. In the end, she knows that each moment is an invitation to pause, to breathe, and to be fully alive, right here, right now. In the quiet of the morning, as the world awakens with the soft hues of dawn, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting the air fill your lungs, and release any tension with a gentle sigh. Feel your feet grounded on the earth, your body present in this space as the sounds of life begin to stir. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, where time slows down and the heart opens. Here, amidst the ordinary, we find profound beauty, richness, and peace on a day just like any other. When the sun stretched its golden fingers over the horizon, a woman named Clara found herself standing in the kitchen, the cool tiles beneath her bare feet, the faint smell of coffee wafting in from the next room. The dishes from last night's gathering awaited her, a testament to laughter shared, stories exchanged, and hearts touched. It was a mess of plates and cups, a jumble of moments that had previously danced together in harmony. Clara moved toward the sink, its porcelain gleaming under the soft morning light that filtered through the window. Each step was deliberate, her body swaying gently as she attended to the task at hand, hands brushing against the edges of the counter. She paused, allowing herself to fully absorb her surroundings, the quiet hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirping of birds outside, the gentle cadence of her own breath as the warm water coursed from the tap. She felt it envelop her fingers, inviting her to let go of any thoughts that float like the stream before her. The steam rose, swirling in the air, becoming a tender reminder of warmth and life. Clara tested the temperature with a quick touch. It was just right. She immersed her hands, feeling the soothing embrace of water as it wrapped around her like a soft blanket with each plate she lifted. Her mind began to settle into a rhythmic dance, the tactile sensation of the smooth ceramic igniting a quiet joy within her. She could feel the weight of each dish, heavy with memories, light with the essence of companionship. As she scrubbed, she noticed the gentle scrape of the sponge against the surface, a soft sound that became a melody to her ears. The bubbles danced and popped, tiny bursts of joy rising in the warm water, sparkling like stars in the vast universe of her small kitchen. Clara turned her attention to the glassware, each one reflecting fragments of her world. She closed her eyes for a moment, allowing the sensations to deepen. The coolness of the glass, the slickness of the soap, the weight in her hands, all coming together to create an exquisite sense of presence. She could hear the gentle rush of the water cascading down the drain. It's a reminder of time flowing unimpeded into the undefined future. Thoughts began to flit through her mind, worries about work, spurs of obligations, echoes of to-do lists, but Clara chose to acknowledge them without judgment. She let them drift like clouds in the sky, allowing the present washing of dishes to draw her back from the pull of the external world. With each passing minute, she found herself immersed deeper into the task, hands moving in a serene flow, choreographed by intention, guided by mindfulness. And then, there it was, a moment of pause as her fingers grazed the rim of a coffee cup. A wave of gratitude washed over her. She could taste the warmth of the coffee still lingering on her tongue, feel the warmth of her friend's laughter echoing faintly in the back of her mind. Each dish became not just an object to clean, but a vessel overflowing with memories, a reminder of shared moments that enriched her life. She took a breath, feeling that familiar tug of love and connectional woven tapestry of yesterday. After some time, the dishes sparkled, the sink devoid of clutter, and Clara washed her hands, patting them dry with a soft cloth. The mundane task transformed into a meditation, a moving reflection on care, kindness, and presence. Satisfied with her work, she stepped back, observing her kitchen transformed. Light pouring in like a blessing, shadows retreating. Clara leaned against the counter, gazing out of the window. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves shimmering like emeralds in the sunlight. She allowed herself to linger in this moment, feeling the earth beneath her feet, the air caressing her skin, the world around her alive and vibrant. She held on to the stillness, letting it flow through her, anchoring her more deeply in the present. Once again, her mind began to wander, this time into dreams and possibilities, hopes for the day ahead, visions of the loved ones she might connect with. But she gently returned to her breath, placing one hand on her heart and one on her belly, feeling the gentle rise and fall. The softness of the moment enveloped her, wrapping her in a cocoon of acceptance, and as she prepared to greet the day, she carried the essence of that stillness with her. Each step outside the kitchen was a conscious choice, each interaction a chance to weave mindfulness into the fabric of her day. The dishes, once a chore, now stood as reminders, a spark of mindfulness that could beckon her back whenever life felt overwhelming. Clara closed her eyes once more, feeling the sun's warmth on her face, a reminder that grounding and stillness could be embraced in the ordinary. With each breath, a sense of gratitude blossomed within her, a gentle knowing that even in the most mundane tasks lies profound beauty. An opportunity to pause, appreciate, and simply be. Too, in this quiet space of awareness, she found peace, an embodiment of presence that would ripple softly into her day, reminding her that the embrace of life is often found in the details we choose to cherish. Breathe in and let the air fill your lungs as you settle into the present moment. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a quiet reminder of the life pulsing through you. As you close your eyes softly, allow the outside world to fade, even if just for a heartbeat. Each sound that drifts to your ears, distant birds' call, the rustle of leaves, the faint hum of the morning, invites you to be here now, where time slows and your thoughts begin to untangle. This is a space where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, where every sensation is a teacher if you open yourself to its whispers. Once, in a sunlit kitchen bustling with life, there lived a young woman named Maya. Each morning, as the first light pried open the dark cocoon of night, she would slip into her familiar routine. With the kettle humming softly on the stove, she embraced the aromas of freshly ground coffee and the lingering sweetness of ripe fruit resting on the counter. Today, however, she felt a gentle nudge from within, a calling to weave mindfulness into her mundane moments. With the kettle's gentle creaks mingling harmoniously with her breath, Maya picked up a simple dishcloth, soft and slightly worn, its fibers whispering of countless meals shared in moments of solace found. As she approached the pile of dishes, a quiet mind began to emerge. The world beyond her kitchen fading into a vague blur, Maya began to wash the dishes, immersing herself in the warm, soapy water. As she placed her hands in the liquid sanctuary, Sensations surged through her, a luxurious warmth enveloping her fingers, the gentle glide of porcelain meeting her touch. Each dish, each cup, told a story, a narrative etched in the remnants of meals long savored. She picked up the first plate, its surface cool and slick, and felt the world around her dissolve into rhythm, the motion of her hands, the sound of water cascading like a soft lullaby, the fragrant soap unfolding in delicate bubbles. While scrubbing, she caught herself drifting into thought. Moments of worry seeped in about the day ahead, the emails and meetings that loomed like shadows. But as if a gentle breeze rustled through her mind, she caught herself. What if, she wondered, she could simply stay here, in this moment saturated with warmth and sustenance? What if she could let those thoughts sail away like autumn leaves, caught in a current? Maya focused her attention on the plate, noticing the intricate patterns swirling like a dance of memories. She marveled at how it had witnessed laughter and warmth at the last family gathering, how it had endured time, holding fragments of joy within its ceramic shell. There was a beauty in this dishy, a deep story, hidden patiently for her recognition. One by one, she embraced each item with a heart full of tenderness. The cup, stained with remnants of morning tea, revealed how it too held her moments of quiet contemplation. The warmth it provided, cradling her thoughts like a gentle hand, and as she placed it into the dish rack, she felt a swell of gratitude rippled through her. In that moment, this ordinary act became a celebration of life, was more than cleanliness, was a communion with her everyday existence. The water continued its soothing caress, changing temperatures as she moved through the pile. Hot, cool, warm again. She noticed how her breath aligned with the natural ebb and flow. Each exhalation mirroring the water's journey, releasing her grip on tension as her shoulders dropped lower. In this sanctuary of the kitchen, she found interludes between her thoughts, spaces rich with possibility. Her hands worked on autopilot now, yet each stroke was imbued with awareness. She began to explore the sensation further, beginning to notice how the smoothness of the glass contrasted with the ruggedness of a frying pan. The sounds enveloped her, the gentle clinking of each item as she set it down, the soft swish of water as it receded, the quiet creak of the wooden cabinets settling into their place. Each note played in harmony, a slow symphony of domestic life. Deep within the process, a moment presented itself, an insight emerging like a fluttering whisper. As she reached for a tarnished silver spoon, she recalled its past, the joy it had brought two friends gathered around the table, the bittersweet reminiscence of a birthday toast filled with laughter. And in that moment, while washing it clean, she felt the parallels to her own life, where every small act bore weight, carrying the love and connection of those who came before. Finishing the last cup, she turned off the water, the silence enveloping her like a soft blanket. She lifted her hands from the rest and gazed at them, the skin glistening with droplets, and felt a wave of appreciation wash over her for the simplicity of this act. The kitchen around her transformed beneath her gaze, a bodily cartography of presence, rich with sensations and reminders of what was truly essential. With a soft exhale, to let her breathing return to a natural rhythm, closing her eyes for a moment longer. The light streaming in through the window painted the kitchen with a golden warmth, wrapping her in softness. It was here, in this sacred space of simplicity, that she understood the moments that feel mundane, that slip through our fingertips, are the very threads that weave the tapestry of our existence. Each act held meaning when we dared to slow down and immerse ourselves. As Maya stepped back from the sink, her heart settled into a familiar beat of stillness, reverberating in the quiet spaces of gratitude and presence. The dishes now glistening and clean cast reflections of light, echoing her insights. In this moment of ordinary beauty, she carried with her a newfound awareness. Each day is an invitation to turn the mundane into the extraordinary, to find the sacred hidden in the folds of everyday life. And as she opened her eyes to the world that awaited her outside, she knew that within her lay a reservoir of peace, waiting to be discovered anew again and again with every breath. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to find comfort in your body, feeling the gentle rhythm of your breath. Notice how it flows in and out, soft and steady, like a calm body of water reflecting the sky. Each breath invites you into a space of presence, a pause where the chaos of the outside world begins to soften. Let your thoughts drift like clouds overhead, watching them pass without attachment. And bring your awareness to the sensations around you, the warmth of the air, the subtle sounds that dance at the edges of your perception. These are all invitations to be here. Okay, now imagine it is early morning and the world is still wrapped in a soft blanket of quiet. You step into the kitchen, the light filtering through the window in gentle golden rays. The air carries a hint of lavender from the blooming plants outside, mingling with the earthy aroma of fresh coffee brewing nearby. You take a moment to breathe in this tranquility, feeling the warmth of the sunlight embrace your skin, each ray a whisper coaxing you to enter this day with ease. You approach the sink, where a collection of dishes waits patiently, remnants of a comforting meal shared with loved ones. The plates are speckled with the traces of yesterday's gathering, a patchwork of colors and stories. As you turn on the faucet, the water bursts forth with an energetic rush, breaking the silence. Listen to it, the lively sound of water cascading, a melody of nature dancing upon the ceramic and glass. With each dish you pick up, allow your attention to rest upon its unique shape, its weight in your hand. Feel the coolness of the porcelain, the texture of remnants still clinging to its surface. The world outside may feel busy and demanding, but here, in this moment, all that matters is the dish before you. As you turn it, you can see the sun streaming through the window, creating small prisms of light that shimmer and shine upon the water. You dip the plate into the basin, the water swirling around it like gentle currents on a still lake. As you scrape away the remnants of the meal, you engage with each look, each movement, as if it were a dance. The sponge glides smoothly over the surface, pulling away the residue while releasing a scent of lemon that brightens the air. In this simple action lies a profound awareness of knowing that every stroke is a thread connecting you to the now. As you rinse the plate under the flowing water, watch as the droplets cascade off its edge, glistening momentarily before falling away, just like fleeting thoughts that drift into the background. Each droplet carries with it a reflection of the light, revealing the beauty in this mundane task. Feel the warmth of the water against your hands, a comforting embrace that brings attention back to your body, the sensations coursing through your fingertips. One by one, the dishes transform from a heap of clutter into a small stack of shining cleanliness. Your breathing falls into sync with the rhythm of your movements, the ebb and flow of washing, rinsing, drying. Each cycle a gentle reminder that in this moment, there is no rush. The world can wait. You are cocooned in this little sanctuary of stillness, your full attention surrendered to the task at hand. As you move to the next dish, you encounter an intricately designed bowl, the edges adorned with delicate flowers blooming in vivid colors, much like the ones outside your window. You recall the laughter shared over meals prepared within this bowl, the stories exchanged, the connections fostered. It tells a tale of nourishment, of feeding not just the body, but the soul. You pause, allowing gratitude to wash over you like the soapy water cascading around your hands. Each dish, each moment of this ritual ties you back to the essence of life's simple joys. The clock on the wall ticks softly. It's a reminder of time passing. You surrender fully to this moment, to the sound of dishes clinking together as you place them on the drying rack. It's the soft thud of each item settling into its new place. The mundane merges with the magical, and in this dance, you find clarity. Finally, with the last dish clean and the water turned off, you step back. The kitchen glimmers in the morning light, reflecting your efforts, a testament to attentiveness and care. You notice the way the bubbles linger on the countertop, tiny orbs of joy capturing the light. From what seemed like a simple task, you've uncovered a world of presence, a refuge amid the noise that often surrounds you. You take a moment to fully absorb your surroundings, the sun, now higher in the sky, casting playful shadows across the countertops, the air alive with scents and sounds that sing of a new day. In the stillness that envelops you, the awareness takes root, blossoming gently within. In the end, the act of washing dishes becomes more than just a chore. It transforms into a practice of mindfulness, a gentle reminder that simplicity holds profound beauty. Each moment is a chance to engage, to connect, to breathe intentionally into the fabric of life. Just as water flows effortlessly around each dish, may you too carry this sense of ease into the world, knowing that in each little moment lies the potential for stillness and peace. In a world that can often feel rushed and chaotic, take a moment to arrive fully where you are. Notice your breath as it flows in and out, a gentle wave upon the shore of your consciousness. Feel the weight of your body supported by the ground. Beneath you, the pull of gravity softly cradling you in its embrace. With each breath, allow your thoughts to drift like clouds in a clear blue sky. Acknowledge them. And then gently return your focus to the here and now. In this space of presence, we will embark on a simple journey, an ordinary experience transformed into a sacred moment of mindfulness. It was a Thursday afternoon, a day much like any other, and within a cozy kitchen adorned with sunflowers, Margaret found herself standing before a small mountain of dishes. The sun streamed through the window, casting golden rays that danced upon the porcelain plates. She paused for a brief moment, inhaling the fresh scent of lemon from the dish soap nearby, a fragrant reminder of the simplicity that lay ahead. As she turned on the water, it began to flow, a gentle cascade that filled the sink. The sound was soothing, reminiscent of a distant stream echoing through the quiet of her home. Margaret lifted her hands, feeling the coolness of the water as it rushed over her fingers. It's a sweet connection to the elemental nature of existence. With each droplet that fell and splashed back into the basin, she allowed herself to be anchored in the moment. She picked up a plate, its surface cool and smooth against her palm. Queering remnants of yesterday's dinner adorned it, telling a silent story of nourishment and sustenance. With a sponge in hand, she dipped it into the warm, sudsy water, watching as it absorbed the suds, becoming a vessel of renewal. Each stroke of the sponge against the plate became a dance, a choreographed movement that mirrored the arc of her breath, slow, steady, deliberate. As she scrubbed, the rhythm of her actions began to quiet her mind. Thoughts flitted in and out, worries about the future, reminders of tasks undone. Yet, with each exhale, she released them, letting them float away like leaves carried on an autumn breeze. Here, standing in this temple of her kitchen, she allowed herself the grace of being wholly present. The plates, one by one, transformed under her attentive carriage a meditation. The water swirled and sparkled, catching the sunlight, and Margaret marveled at the way the bubbles danced, their forms luminous and fleeting. She became aware of the simple joys hidden within the task. The sound of the water, the gentle clinking of glass against glass, and the sudsy aroma wafting around her transformed her perception of the mundane. The world outside faded, and for that moment, only the plates, the water, and the air mattered. Time slowed to a gentle crawl, the tick of the kitchen clock melding into a soothing heartbeat that resonated deeper than her own. Each plate became a part of her, and as she rinsed them, the water cascading off felt like the burden of the past, washing away, refreshingly clear and liberating. She let her fingers glide across the rim of a porcelain bowl, its edges fine and delicate, a reminder of fragility. She took a moment to savor the sensation, running her nails ever so lightly along the edge, feeling the contours as if they were part of her own skin. This was not merely a chore, but a communion with the objects that surrounded her, a chance to forge a deeper connection to the everyday and the sacred. By now, sink swelled with unrestrained suds, a frothy sea bubbling with the promise of completion. With every scrub and rinse, she felt herself yielding to the present, her heart lightening, as if each dish released not just dirt, but the weight of concerns clamoring for her attention. The dishes became like stones dropped into a pond, sending ripples of clarity across the surface of her mind. Out of the corner of her eye, a tiny spider, determined and steadfast, crept along the windowsill, threading its way through the fine web it had spun. Margaret paused for a moment, captivated by its purpose, by the way it moved with intention. A reminder that all beings, no matter how small, possess their own role in this vast tapestry of life. She watched it weave, a dance of resilience and grace, and she felt an intrinsic connection, as if they were working in unison. She with the dishes, and it with its web dot, as the last plate gleamed brightly in her hands. Margaret lifted it toward the sunlight streaming through the window. Watching the light refract and dance across the surface, she gently set it down in the dish rack, surrounded by its fellow companions, gleaming like a constellation of small, cherished stars. In that moment, she surrendered to a profound sense of satisfaction. The kitchen was transformed, not only filled with clean dishes, but infused with the essence of her mindfulness, an elixir of presence that lingered in the air and wrapped around her like a warm embrace. She stood back and took a deep breath, feeling the peace that enveloped her. It wasn't merely about the completion of a task. It was a celebration of the here and now, a reminder that everyday moments can hold immense beauty and clarity. Each day we traverse through life may beckon with its own demands. But it is in these simple acts, washing dishes, brewing tea, folding clothes, that we can discover the extraordinary within the ordinary. As Margaret stepped back from the sink, she carried with her the shimmering awareness of the moment. The kitchen was bright with the fragrance of cleanliness and the sound of silence, a stillness that resonated deeply within her. It's understood now that peace is not found in the absence of noise or distraction, but in the embrace of the moment at hand. In each task lies the potential for mindfulness, and in mindfulness, the possibility of a quiet happiness that dances just beneath the surface of the mundane. With a gentle smile, she turned away, leaving the kitchen vibrant with the echoes of presents, a newfound lightness in her heart that would accompany her through the remainder of her day. Inhale gently, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale softly, as if releasing any tension. Let the breath guide your body into a comfortable stillness, a moment carved out of the endless day. Notice the sensations around you, the subtle vibrations of life playing in the background. With each breath, embrace the here and now, grounding yourself in this present moment. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, only the unfolding of your experience, like the delicate layers of a rose petal, revealing the beauty in the ordinary. On a sunlit afternoon, when the world outside hummed with live children laughing, birds chirping, a distant lawnmower buzzing, Miriam stood in her kitchen, warm water flowing from the tap, filling the basin with a gentle rush. The sunlight painted flecks of gold across the surface of the water, flickering like scattered stardust. Today, she had chosen to spend her time washing the dishes, an everyday ritual, yet a chance to immerse herself in the simple act of being. She slid her hands into the warm water, letting the soothing heat wrap around her fingers like a comforting embrace. The sensation was soft, inviting, as she allowed herself to sink deeper into the moment. Each dish nestled beneath her fingers was a vessel of a memory, remnants of shared meals, laughter echoing around the table. As she lifted the first plate, she noticed the faint scent of thyme and garlic still lingering, evoking visions of dinner with her family, tapestry woven with stories, joy in the irreplaceable hum of connection. Miriam picked up a fork, its cool metal glinting in the sunlight, and as she scrubbed away remnants of yesterday's meal, she felt the gentle resistance beneath her touch, reminder of seasons past and meals experienced. Each stroke of the sponge was a movement towards mindfulness, an act of care for the objects that served her well. The rhythmic swish and splash, the delicate sound of water dancing against porcelain, harmonized with the melodies of life unfolding unbeknownst to her outside. With each dish she washed, she found herself slowing down, the world beyond the kitchen fading softly away. Time seemed to stretch and contract, a fluid presence shaped by her willingness to let go of the ticking clock, to let go of the to-do lists that at once cluttered her mind. She focused on the texture of the sponge gliding against the plate. On the way, the bubbles formed and burst, gleaming like tiny pearls before swirling down the drain. It was in this simple act of washing that she discovered an unspoken connection to the world each dish. Each movement, a thread in the intricate weave of her day. As she rinsed the plate and placed it onto the drying rack, she felt a wave of gratitude wash over her, as if each scrub was a whisper of thanks for the nourishment, the sustenance, the moments of shared joy that these items represented. Nearby, the sun continued its dance, casting gentle shadows upon the countertop, reminding her that everything was in a constant state of change. Nothing was permanent, yet every moment held value, a chance to experience the fullness of life without the burden of expectation. Miriam paused, allowing a thought to pass, a fleeting recognition of the beauty and simplicity. It whispered to her, soft and tender, urging her to dwell not in the past nor the future, but right here in the palpable now. She took a moment to gaze out the window, the world outside unfurling like a green tapestry, trees swaying in a gentle breeze, scattering leaves like laughter upon the ground. Feeling the warmth of the sun on her arm, she understood in that instant that life was a series of beautiful, interwoven moments, shimmering like the bubbles rising to the surface. With renewed focus, she returned to her task, picking up a glass, a fragile memory in her hands. The transparency of the glass fascinated her, how the light poured through it, illuminating her palm. She swirled the sponge inside with ease, watching a symphony of bubbles dance in the depths before releasing them under a stream of water. Each glass she handled, she held as if it were an object of sacredness. A moment of stillness in a world that often moved too fast. In that small kitchen, a profound transformation began to bloom within her. She recognized how often she rushed through life, barely tasting its flavors, distracted by the cacophony of thoughts swirling in her mind. Today, with each dish, each turn of the sponge, she made a silent promise to herself to seek moments like this, to find beauty and presence, even in the mundane corners of life. As she approached the final stack of plates, tiredness crept into her shoulders, but it wasn't a weight. Instead, it felt like an invitation to embrace the moment, a reminder that being present was never a burden, but a joy. She thought of the countless dinners that had brought loved ones around her table, the stories they had shared and the bonds they had fostered. This, too, was a part of life's cycle of washing, drying, and sharing, a dance of togetherness that transcended even the tidiest of spaces. Miriam finished the last plate and stood before the basin, the water now a soft echo of warmth that faded away. She looked into the clean, sparkling surface reflecting the sunlight, grateful not just for the dishes, but for the ritual that encompassed her day. It reminded her of the power of presence, the profound shifts that could occur when one simply chose to embrace the now. As she dried her hands on a towel, she couldn't help but smile. The kitchen, once a place of chores, had transformed into a sanctuary, a place of mindfulness and exploration. The cluttered thoughts of her mind began to settle as she cleared the countertop and looked out into the budding afternoon. The laughter of children and the smell of blooming flowers wafted through the window. A garden of vibrant life, waiting to be embraced with a heart full of warmth. Miriam stepped outside, the path ahead shining with the promise of new moments each. One, a chance to breathe, to experience, to explore the layers of life that unfolded one breath at a time. And so, as you return to your own breath, may you carry this moment with you, a reminder that even the simplest acts of your day can become a pathway to mindfulness. It's a way to dance with the present and embrace the gentle unfolding of your life. Feel the stillness wrapped around you, the lace of everyday moments weaving through your heart. Trust in the beauty of now, for it is in presence that you discover the breathtaking mosaic of all that is. In a world alive with constant movement, pause for a moment to acknowledge the stillness that cradles the space around you. Close your eyes gently, if it feels comfortable, and take a deep breath. Inhale the scent of the air, rich with stories of the day, and as you exhale, let today's concerns drift like leaves on a quiet stream. Allow this moment to unfold gently and gracefully, inviting you into the landscape of your breath, the gentle rhythm of life itself. With each breath, feel the fabric of the now enveloping you, a warm embrace guiding you into presence. On an ordinary Tuesday morning, the sun began its dance with the horizon, casting a soft golden hue through the kitchen window, spilled across the table, illuminating small dust motes that fluttered lazily in the air, each one a tiny vessel of time caught in a beam of light. Jessica stood at the sink, her hands submerged in warm, soapy water, embarking on what many might see as a mundane chore. Yet, in this moment, washing the dishes transformed into a sanctuary of presence, a sacred ritual of simplicity. The faint sound of water gurgling as it cascaded from the faucet harmonized with the delicate clink of plates and utensils, forming a gentle symphony of everyday life. Jessica took a breath, her gaze softening as she lifted a porcelain plate, its surface smudged with the traces of last night's dinner, remnants of laughter, love, and nourishment. The warmth of the water enveloped her hands, a soothing balm that invited her to ground herself in this primal act of care. As she worked, she noticed the way the water danced against the plate, the small droplets clinging like glistening jewels before surrendering to gravity with soft plinks. Each sound echoed in the kitchen, a reminder of the storm of thoughts that often rushed through her mind, the errands, the ever-present buzz of life's demands. But here, she chose not to engage. Instead, she observed, as if her thoughts were clouds floating by in an endless blue sky. With each plate she washed, Jessica immersed herself deeper into a world that was rich with texture, color, and sensation. The smoothness of the ceramic, once rough around the edges with remnants of food, was now transformed, reflecting the sunlight cascading through the window. She felt a profound connection to this vessel, realizing that like herself, it too carried stories. Its journey from the table to the sink, and soon back again. Whole and renewed, her mind drifted softly to her grandmother, who had once washed dishes in the same kitchen, singing softly to herself a melody that floated through the air, like the scent of fresh-baked bread. "You've got to treat each dish like it's wrapped in love," her grandmother would say, her voice a gentle caress. Jessica smiled, conjuring that image. She could almost hear the soft notes of a familiar tune. Suddenly, the act of washing transformed. It's not merely a task, but a tapestry of memories woven through the fabric of the present as she placed the final dish on the drying rack. Jessica felt a sense of completion. She noticed how the gentle steam rose, enveloping her face with warmth, much like a comforting hug. She allowed her shoulders to drop, releasing the tension that had unknowingly built up during the morning's bustle. There was an exquisite beauty in allowing herself to simply be and feeling each moment without rushing to the next dot. As she rinsed the suds from her hands, droplets glided down her fingers, catching the light and refracting it into tiny rainbows that danced upon the countertops. Each drop was a reminder of impermanence, fleeting moment of joy, a glimpse into the beauty of now, easily overlooked in the rush of days. Time felt both suspended and fluid, each second expanding like a heartbeat, inviting her to breathe in deeply, to recognize the miracle of existence. Looking out the window, she saw the garden awakening. Morning light kissed the petals, a symphony of colors bustling in a gentle breeze. There were bees darting between blossoms, gathering nectar, embodying pure presence in their fuzzy, determined movements. Jessica's heart swelled at the sight. Yes, life was endlessly moving, often chaotic and unpredictable, yet overflowing with wisdom in the stillness of each blossoming moment. Finished with her chore, Jessica turned off the faucet, the water retreating like a whisper into silence. She lingered for a heartbeat longer, stepping back from the sink and taking a moment to simply stand in stillness, a quiet witness to the stirring life within and around her. A soft sigh escaped her lips, a release of gratitude for the smallness of her experience, cradled within the vastness of existence. In that kitchen, place so often overlooked, she had engaged in a dance with awareness, discovering life in the ordinary rhythm of washing dishes. It was a reminder that in each gesture, in every breath, one could find a path toward presence, and invitation to turn the mundane into the magnificent. And so, as you breathe into this moment, may you carry with you the gentle reminder to find beauty in the ordinary, to embrace the whispers of water and the soft pulse of the present. In each moment of stillness, you too can uncover the richness of being alive, unearthing the peace that dwells within the simple act of just being. Let it cradle you as you step back into your day, a floating feeling of calm wrapped around you, like the softest blanket on a quiet evening. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with the gentle air of the world around you. Notice the rise of your chest, the soft expansion of your body, and as you exhale, let go of any lingering thoughts or worries, like leaves floating down a stream. With each breath, embrace the present, the here and now, the only moment that is truly yours. Allow yourself to be here, in this space, where time unfurls like a gentle tide, and stillness wraps around you like a warm blanket. It was a quiet morning, the kind that invites you to linger a little longer in bed, wrapped in a cocoon of blankets and dreams. The light slipped through the curtains, casting soft golden beams across the room, illuminating the dust motes that danced in the air like tiny stars in a universe of their own. Outside, the world was just beginning to stir, the chirps of birds heralding a new day. With a gentle sigh, you swung your feet to the floor, feeling the coolness of the wooden planks beneath you. The sensation connected you to the earth, each grain whispering its ancient stories. You stood up, stretching your arms overhead, a yawn escaping your lips, as if the body was awakening not only from sleep, but from the constraints of yesterday's thoughts. You padded softly to the kitchen, the smell of fresh coffee filling the air, rich and comforting, wrapping around you like a familiar embrace. The window was open slightly, allowing a cool breeze to carry in the scents of blooming flowers and damp earth, a reminder of the beauty of life outside your door. You poured a cup, watching as the steam curled upwards, twisting and swirling in the morning light. As you lifted the warm ceramic to your lips, the heat radiated through your fingers, a gentle reminder of the warmth that can exist even in the chill of dawn. You took a sip, allowing the bitter richness to linger on your tongue, savoring that moment of simplicity, each drop an act of gratitude. And then, in the quiet stillness, your gaze fell upon the pile of dishes patiently waiting in the sink. An everyday chore, held within the layers of mundane life, beckoned for your attention. You moved towards it, letting the cup rest on the counter, ready to dive into the rhythm of your morning. The water ran from the faucet, a gentle cascade, each droplet sparkling like a tiny jewel under the flickering light. You reached out, feeling the coolness of the metal tap against your fingers as you turned the handle. The sound of water filling the basin, a soothing symphony. As you stirred the dish soap into the flowing water, it bubbly and frothy, you watched the bubbles rise, flecked in light like little galaxies spinning in a universe teeming with life. You began with a plate, cradling it in your hands, soaking up its warmth after a meal shared with loved ones. You dipped it into the water, the clinking sound echoing softly, a reminder that even the most common tasks can hold moments of joy. As you glided the sponge across the surface, you felt the texture beneath your fingertips. It's a circular motion, felt meditative, each stroke a sweep of intention, an embrace of presence. The scent of the soap mingled with the lingering aroma of breakfast, the dance of smells igniting memory and warmth. You noticed thoughts bubbling up, each feeling as fleeting as the last, and yet you let them pass, each one a passing cloud in the expansive sky of your mind. In this moment, nothing else mattered. There was only the plate, the water, the soap. In your gentle attention, you continued washing, entranced by the rhythm of it, all the little splash of water, the sound of the sponge dragging against the porcelain, the sight of food remnants melting away, revealing the pristine surface underneath. Each dish was a miniature journey, a story of nourishment shared and laughter exchanged. With each cleaned dish, a lightness unfolded within you, as if you were not simply washing away dirt, but releasing the weight of yesterday's worries. You moved on to a cup, its delicate handle fitting perfectly in your grip. You poured warm water over it, the steam inviting you to breathe deeper, to feel more fully. As the cup met the sponge, you paused, feeling a sense of reverence for the object. For the moments, it had held morning coffees, late-night teas. Conversations spun in whispered tones. The minutes melted away like the suds in the water, time becoming a fluid companion rather than a ticking clock pressing against your thoughts. As you rinsed each dish, the water fell away easily, trailing off like a gentle farewell. You could hear the faint trickle of water disappearing down the drain, a soft reminder of the impermanent nature of everything. Finally, you reached for the last dish, a bowl that had once cradled a warm soup shared under a purple sky. You set it on the counter, letting the water run over it without a thought. In that moment, the sound of running water transformed into a lullaby, an invitation to be here now in every fiber of your being. When you finished, the sink was cleared, each dish neatly stacked on the drying rack, claiming their place in your kitchen. You stood back and admired your handiwork, a quiet satisfaction washing over you. The kitchen felt lighter, the air more fragrant, as if the act of cleansing had brought a fresh breeze into your space. With hands now pruny and skin glistening, he turned off the faucet, the water silencing itself, leaving a peaceful hush in its wake. A small smile graced your lips, a soft acknowledgement of the present moment, of the beauty found within the ordinary. You took a step back, letting your eyes wander around the room where light danced gently against the walls, and it struck you this serenity. This focus on simple tasks was an oasis in the rush of life. As you inhaled deeply, absorbing the moment of stillness, you realized the power of being present in each act of your day. The dishes were not just a chore. They were an opportunity, a chance to connect with yourself and the world around you. That may be where the true peace lies, in the union of the mundane and the mindful, in the recognition of the beauty that exists in every breath, every heartbeat. When you look back on the day ahead, may you carry forth this sense of presence, weaving it into all that you do. Remember that every moment, even the smallest of actions, is a chance to touch the still waters within you and in the currents of life that carry you forward. Perhaps you can find little pockets of peace, like stones nestled in a riverbed, waiting to be appreciated in their quiet wisdom. In the quiet of a late afternoon, the world outside drifts into a hushed stillness, like a soft lullaby that beckons us to pause. Take a moment to settle into your space, letting the day's noise fade into the background. Like distant echoes carried on the wind, breathe deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, then release it slowly, surrendering any tension with each exhale. With this breathing, allow yourself to arrive fully in the present moment, aware of the sensations that surround you, inviting each feeling to pass through you like clouds across a serene sky. Imagine it is a Saturday afternoon, sunlight streaming through the kitchen window, casting gentle patterns across the countertop. You stand before a basin filled with warm water, a soft towel draped over your shoulder, and a stack of dishes waiting patiently. Each plate and cup an echo of the meals shared, of conversations and laughter. As you gaze at the bubbles swirling in the fragrant water, a sense of calm envelops you. You feel the warmth radiating from the basin, inviting you to embrace this simple task. As you reach for the first dish, your fingers sink into the warm water. The sensation is soothing, almost like a gentle hug. You lift the plate, feeling the smooth coolness of its surface against your palm. Look closely at this dish. Notice the flecks of food that remain remnants of nourishment. With a soft sponge in hand, you begin to cleanse it, coaxing away the remnants of yesterday's gathering. The sponge glides against the porcelain, and you become aware of the delicate sound it makes, a soft squishing, rising and falling with your movements. With each pass of the sponge across the surface, consider the fluidity of the water, the way it captures the sunlight, refracting it into tiny rainbows. The bubbles forming become like tiny universes, darting and dancing in their own free form, carefree and alive. As you rinse, feel the cool water cascade over your hands, and for a moment, let your thoughts drift away, joining the flowing stream of the present. Next comes a glass. Its solidity is both familiar and yet somehow delicate. As you scrub, you focus on how transparent it is, how it allows light to pass through effortlessly. Your breath steadies as you gently cleanse it, and through this simple action, something profound begins to emerge. They say clarity is a gift, but perhaps it is also something you can cultivate now as you wipe away yesterday's remnants. Each stroke of your hand becomes an act of nurturing, both for the glass and for yourself. You feel time distill into this moment, as if the world outside has softened, the sounds of the birds chirping faintly coming from the open window, blending with the soft rhythm of your breathing. The nearby clock ticks steadily, marking the passage of time, yet none of it matters now. There is just this, the present, the soothing rhythm of mindfully washing, and the essence of life unfolding gently in your hands as you gather the dishes. You can hear the soft slosh of water against ceramic and glass. Each sound resonates in your body, a reminder of rhythm, of presence. You pause momentarily, taking in the entirety of the task before you, this beautiful dance of routine that so many overlooked. Here, you find connection, not only to the items before you, but to the very act of being. There's tenderness in treating these objects with care, honoring the stories they hold and the sustenance they offered. You begin to feel the counter beneath you, cool and steady, grounding you in this moment of stillness. You can sense the small vibrations of energy through your feet, connecting you to the earth. Letting your body rock gently side to side, like the sway of tree branches in the breeze, becomes a gentle reminder that you are a part of this world, and this act of washing is a connection to life itself, sane, nourishing, cleansing. Now, as the last of the dishes gleams and the water runs clear, take a moment to appreciate the beauty in what has been accomplished. You wipe your hands on the towel, absorbing the soft fabric against your skin, feeling the lingering warmth from the dishes radiating back into your palms. You pause here, allowing the mundane and extraordinary to intermingle, a small smile creeping across your face. Look out the window now, where the light has begun to shift, painting the sky in shades of golden sepia. Notice how your heart has slowed, how your mind has quieted. The world continues beyond the window, a flurry of activity, yet you remain anchored, aware of your own gentle heartbeat, a soft backdrop to this symphony of life. The next moment flows naturally upon you, as the last drops of water drain from the sink. Each sound, the drip, the echo, the fading hum of a distant car serves as a reminder of the divine cadence that underlies the everyday chaos. Let go of the need for perfection. Even in this process of washing, there is beauty found in imperfections, in the quiet acceptance of what is. Perhaps this too can serve as a metaphor for life. Gentle act of washing away what no longer serves, making room for fresh beginnings as you step away from the sink and the warmth of the water lingers in your fingertips. Remember that this moment is but a reflection of the greater tapestry of your day. Each act, no matter how small, has the potential to ground you in presence. With each breath, remember that the gentle flow of life continues, like water running over stones, shaping you slowly, gently, into the person you are always becoming. As you carry this sense of serenity forward, let it warm the corners of your heart and guide you into the next moment, ever steady, ever present. In the gentle embrace of the present moment, let yourself settle into the stillness that surrounds you. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the soft rise and fall, like waves softly kissing the shore. As you become aware of the space you're in, allow your thoughts to drift like autumn leaves caught in a light breeze, floating gently down to rest. The world is bustling, but here, in this moment, you are safe. You are here. Let the story unfold like a tender bloom, revealing the quiet beauty of the ordinary dot. It began on a morning that stretched before her like a peaceful and filled canvas, a quiet invitation to paint the day with intention. Lydia awoke to the soft glow of sunlight filtering through sheer curtains, the light dancing playfully upon her closed eyelids. She took a deep breath, inhaling the cool, crisp air, the gentle aroma of earth warming beneath the sun's caress. The air felt fresh, Heleva, reminder of the simple miracle that each new day brings. As she slid her feet into comfortable slippers and padded softly to the kitchen, the world began to awaken. The soft murmurs of the house, the quiet hum of the refrigerator, and the distant chirping of birds all formed a familiar symphony. She filled a kettle with water, the metallic clang of it echoing briefly in the silence. With each step, she was aware of a cool tile beneath her feet, grounding her in the moment. While the kettle warmed, Lydia glanced towards the small window, overlooking her garden, a gentle patchwork of greens and the first blush of blooming petals. The leaves rustled softly in the morning breeze, their whisper a calming presence, urging her to breathe, to be present. She felt the urge to savor this moment, to allow it to fill her dot with the kettle's whistle breaking the tranquility. She poured the steaming water into her favorite mug, watching the tea leaves swirl and dance in the hot water. Colors began to bleed and swirl, golden hues, deep ambers, and whispers of green, all merging and mingling as they released their subtle fragrances into the air. As she inhaled deeply, enveloping herself in the warmth of the moment, her senses captivated by the mingling aromas. Time paused for just a heartbeat. Cradling the mug in her hands, she allowed herself to simply be, to feel the warmth seep into her palms and fingers, radiating through her body. She made her way to the sink, where a small stack of dishes awaited her attention: mugs, plates, and the remains of yesterday's simple meal. Each piece told a story, an echo of laughter shared, of food enjoyed. As she gathered them, she noticed the morning light reflecting off the smooth surfaces, a gentle reminder of the beauty in the mundane. Lydia turned on the faucet, the water flowing with a soft gurgle, a serenade to her senses. She plunged her hands into the warm, soapy water, feeling the gentle suds bubble against her skin. Each dish was a moment, a layered experience, each cup a vessel of memory, each plate a canvas of yesterday. She began with the first mug, bringing it close to her face, closing her eyes momentarily to savor the scent that lingered, the remnants of chamomile, hints of warm honey. The soft clink of ceramic against ceramic resonated like a gentle heartbeat as she began to wash. She focused on each sensation, the warm water cascading over her fingers, the slippery texture of the soap, the coolness of the ceramic as she rinsed. Each piece, each dish became a meditation, a practice of presence. The sound of the water glistening and gliding, drumming softly against the basin, became a rhythm she could align herself with. A quiet echo of the universe in motion. Thoughts drifted in and out without judgment, like clouds passing through a blue sky. Maybe it was today's to-do list or a reminder of a conversation held the day before, but she let them be, noticing them like passing leaves caught on a gentle breeze, allowing each one to float away. There was a special grace in simply being, with a task at hand, as if the dishes were not just objects to be cleaned, but portals into deeper connection. With each plate, she scrubbed it, gliding motion against the grain. The water snaking and swirling, she felt an unexpected familiarity, a gentle acceptance that resonated deep within her. It was about allowing herself to find joy in the task, to breathe life into the simplicity of this moment. Perhaps she had taken for granted the small gestures, the repeated acts of care that shaped the rhythm of her days. She lifted a fork, feeling the cool steel against her fingertips. It shimmered in the light, so inconspicuous, yet invaluable, a companion in her culinary journeys. She recalled the joy of preparing meals for friends, the laughter and stories shared over such simple tools. The feeling of connection deepened within her. It was as if each item held a relic of joy, woven into the fabric of her being. As she continued the flow of the ritual, Lydia began to notice the tiny details, the way the water curled around the edges of the dish, the soft, cottony feeling of the sponge as it glided across the surface, the way her breathing slowed with each rhythmic stroke. In that moment, with the echoes of water and the dance of light, she felt as if she were part of something larger, intertwined with the very essence of life itself. Finishing the last of the dishes, she felt a swelling of gratitude rise in her chest, a gentle warmth that wrapped around her like a favorite blanket. There was comfort in completion, a sense of tranquility as she watched the last drops of water glide off her hands and fill the sink. She paused for just a moment, addressing the small act of drying with the same attention, feeling the soft fabric of the towel absorb the remnants of water, embracing the simple joy in tidying up what once was . As Lydia placed the final dish on the drying rack, she stepped back and surveyed her work. The sun now poured through the window, illuminating the kitchen with a golden hue. It felt as if, for the first time, she was truly seeing the beauty of her surroundings, the way the sunlight danced on the counter, the reflection of petals from her garden shimmering on the surface. She allowed herself to engage with the depths of these sensations, colors brightening, warmth enveloping, a blanket of peace wrapping itself around her shoulders. In that kitchen, in the quiet of an ordinary day, she had stumbled upon a moment of grace, As Lydia took a deep, fulfilling breath, she felt rooted in that little kitchen, an oasis that reminded her of the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. Each moment holds the potential for mindfulness. Each task a doorway to connection, if only we let ourselves pause, breathe, and listen to the whispers that life offers. Like the gentle ripples in a pond, may you carry this calm with you, finding stillness in every corner of your day. Breathe in softly, feel the gentle rise of your chest, and let your attention settle into this moment. The world is alive around you, humming softly like a distant lullaby. Allow yourself this sacred space to pause, to listen, to feel. As we embark on a simple journey, immerse yourself in the beauty of the ordinary, where each breath is a reminder of the now, each flicker of thought, an invitation to return to the present. Let go of the weight of the day, cradling the gift of stillness that lies waiting. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the soft, golden light of late afternoon, where shadows stretch long and gentle across the tiled floor. The air is fragrant, imbued with the warmth of a meal recently shared. A sink full of dishes recalls the laughter of friends and the clinking of glasses, the symphony of life. Now, settled to a hush, leaves only the quiet solitude of soapy water and a single sponge. Patiently waiting, you step closer, the cool tiles grounding your feet, and a welcome sense of calm washes over you like the first breath of dawn. With soft hands, you grasp the sponge, its texture familiar, yielding under the warmth of your fingers. As you dip it into the water, the shimmering surface ripples like a gentle breeze across a still lake. Each drop a moment in time, you begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion drawing you deeper into yourself. Each plate is a universe of experience, imperfect and marked with the signs of nourishment, shared remnants of the beloved meals once savored. Feel the warmth of the water gently touching your skin, the way it glides over your hands. It's not just dishwashing. It's a connection to the very act of caring, not just for the dishes, but for the essence of the moment. The sound of the water is soothing, a whispering lullaby that speaks of life and vitality. There's a small content hum in your throat, a reflection of the tranquility that envelops you. As you scrub, you let go of expectations. The plates may not shine as brightly as the stars, but in their imperfections lie stories worth cherishing. In this moment, they are vessels of love, a testament to gatherings, two laughters shared over candlelight, two stories woven into the fabric of connection. Thoughts drift in and out like clouds shifting across an open sky, some heavy, light, each just passing through. You notice them, allowing them to float on by without clinging to their shapes, acknowledging them with tenderness. Here, in the gathering of the ordinary, there is no rush, no obligation. There is only the space to be present. As you rinse each item, the cool water cascades, sparkling in the fading sunlight like tiny jewels. You watch as the suds slip away, drawing a parallel to the unfiltered moments of your day, the fleeting anxieties, the little joys, the quiet frustrations. Just as the suds dissolve in the flowing stream, so can worries ebb away, leaving behind something clear and unfettered. Now, as you reach for the silverware, the soft, clinking song of fork against spoon sings a new refrain, tuning your ears to these small sounds. They are all part of this beautiful orchestra of existence. You pause to savor the notes. With each piece you hold, you imagine the stories they've housed, celebratory toasts, comforting meals in times of need, laughter spilling over the edges. You find yourself lost in the wonder of the mundane, the feel of the warm water matching the spring-like softness of your heart, the scent of dish soap mingling with the fading light, the brilliant transparency of now. There's beauty in this simplicity, a recognition that life often unfolds, not in spectacular fireworks, but in the gentle flicker of the everyday. As your hands weave through the tasks at hand, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the windows. Reflection. The lines of worry and joy intertwine across your face, and you smile, embracing this human experience with all its complexities. Movement slows, and you find a rhythm, your heart aligning with the gentle pulse of the world. In this sanctuary of momentary stillness, there is peace, unwavering and tender. Your thoughts begin to quiet, is acknowledged, but left to drift. Like feathered leaves on the surface of a pond, the last dish slides into the rack, and with it, a sense of completion settles upon you like a soft blanket. You catch your breath, feeling the weight of the world ease, even if just a little, with each passing minute. The kitchen is now a canvas of your presence. It's an expression of love for those who have shared in these moments. You turn off the faucet, and a final plink echoes as the last drops join the rest in the sink. Savor the silence now. It is rare and precious, a reminder of all that is unhurried and whole. You stand for a moment, scanning the brightening space, taking in the stillness. With a soft smile, you turn toward the window and gaze out, soaking in the brilliance of the world beyond. Beyond this window are the rustling trees, their leaves dancing lightly in the evening breeze, and you see, it's for a fleeting moment, the interconnectedness of all things. You breathe in deeply, drawing in the crispness of the air, as if to welcome a part of the universe into your being. There, in the simplicity of washing dishes, is a profound wisdom revealing itself. Here lies the reminder that every task, however small, holds within it the possibility for becoming more. In this moment of presence, peace, and appreciation, your spirit expands and contracts like the gentle ebb and flow of the tide. As you complete your embrace of this moment, let it linger within you, a tender whisper, a gentle reminder of the beauty nestled in the fabric of everyday life. May you carry this awareness forward, finding grace in each act, and may the quiet dance of ordinary moments become a familiar theme in the symphony of your days. Let go, my friend, and keep this stillness in your heart as you step back into the world, grounded and at peace. In the quiet hour before dawn fully unfurls, a stillness envelops the world. The air is cool and soft, a blanket that wraps around the waking earth. As you find a comfortable seat, allow your breath to flow in and out like the gentle tide of the ocean. With each inhalation, invite a sense of calm, and as you exhale, let go of the tension that clings to your skin and settles in your heart. Here, in this moment, there is nothing to do but be. Let the world gently fade to the background, opening yourself to the present. Like the petals of a flower unfolding in the first light of day, imagine you stand by your kitchen sink, the sun's golden rays beginning to peek through the window, casting a warm glow across the countertop. The familiar scene unfolds like a cherished memory, a tapestry woven from countless mornings. The dishes, remnants of a shared meal, rest in the basin, their surfaces still glistening with yesterday's remnants. A simple task, washing the dishes, transforms into a sacred ritual. As you turn on the tap, the water rushes forth, sound a playful melody, splashing softly as it dances against the porcelain plates. Each droplet seems to sing of renewal, bouncing and refracting light in a prism of colors. You let the warm water flow over your fingers, the heat wrapping itself around you like an embrace. This warmth draws you deeper into the experience, anchoring you here in this moment of quiet intimacy with the mundane. You begin to pick up a plate, noticing its weight in your hand. As you lift it, the coolness of the surface caresses your palm. Allow yourself to pause, if only for a heartbeat. In this fleeting moment, observe the stories held within the plate's subtle grooves, the laughter, conversations, the love shared over meals. With gentle intention, You rub the sponge across its surface, feeling the gentle friction, the soothing glide. Foam begins to rise, enveloping the plate, tiny bubbles waltzing upwards. All part of the cleansing dance. With each movement, breathe in the scents that surround you, the fresh detergent, intermingling with the lingering aroma of herbs from last night's dinner. These scents become footnotes in your day, grounding you further into the act, reminding you of the simple joys that are stitched into the fabric of everyday life as water cascades from the plate into the sink. Listen to its soft splatter, an orchestra of sound amidst the stillness. Notice how the rhythm brings you deeper into presence, as if time itself has paused to witness this moment. Each plate, each cup, tells its own story. While as you wash, allow your thoughts to float in and out like clouds passing across a clear sky. No need to hold on to them. Observe. The melody of life continues around you, a constant reminder that you are part of something larger. A flowing river in the landscape of existence. As you reach for a bowl, you feel the heat of the water transform into a gentle steam, rising towards your face, warm against your skin. Taste that warmth, letting it sink into you, anchoring you further into the present. You are here, now, amidst the rhythm of your breath, the flow of water, the dance of light. The window invites the morning chorus, a symphony of chirping birds, rustling leaves, distant laughter, the hum of life awakening. Each sound offers a layer of serenity, perfectly blending with the soft splashes of water. Allow yourself to become a part of this harmonious tune as you wash and rinse. You feel waves of gratitude surging through you for the simplicity of this morning, for the nourishment shared, for the hands that brought joy into your life. Rinsing the last bowl, you take a moment to reflect. Place it into the dish rack with care. Here lies the heart of mindfulness, in the act of doing, in the gentle awareness of your actions. Each movement an invitation to presence. As you finish up, the sun climbs higher, streaming through the window with more vigor. It finds a way to dance on the droplets of water, creating tiny rainbows that flicker like whispers of joy. Don't rush to close the window or mask these fleeting jewels. Let them brim with the beauty of the moment. Step back, breathe in, and take inventory of how you feel. The world feels brighter, more alive, fused with possibility and peace in the quiet aftermath. As you dry your hands with a soft towel, feel the ridges of the fabric against your fingertips. Recognize the sensation and allow every fiber to add. Weave the vibrations of the moment all the way into your heart. You find your way to a small window, taking a moment to gaze outside. The trees sway gently, touched by the soft breeze. Each leaf rustles in harmony, a reminder of nature's wisdom to be flexible, to sway with life's currents, anchoring yet allowing. As you step back from the window, a soft smile finds its way to your lips, radiating a quiet contentment. Each gunge of soap and swirl of water remains an invitation for presence, a reminder that life is often composed of these hidden gems. As the day unfolds before you, carry this tranquility with you, gently stroking the edges of your heart, nurturing a connection so profound in the stillness of ordinary moments. There is nothing to rush. Everything is arriving right on time. Everything is just as it should be. Here, in the gentle rhythm of morning light, you stand firm, whole, and present, ready to embrace the day. In this moment, let us pause, breathe, and arrive. Feel the air as it softly enters your lungs, cool and refreshing, and then, just as gently, flows out into the world. Let the weight of the day sink softly into the ground beneath you, like a feather floating down to rest. There is nowhere to be but here, nowhere to go but inward. Embrace the space around you, the gentle symphony of everyday life, an orchestra of sounds that weaves the tapestry of now. As the story unfolds, allow yourself to drift into the gentle waves of presence, observing each moment with a quiet heart and an open mind. In a small kitchen, where sunlight spilled through the window like molten gold, a woman named Ilara stood at the sink. The small room, though humble, was filled with the lingering aroma of rosemary and garlic, remnants of last night's dinner. Today, the rhythm of her life would slow, a brief interlude between the obligations that called her name. Ilara filled the basin with warm water, watching as the steam curled and danced before her like an ethereal wisp. She reached for the first dish, a faded blue plate, its edges chipped and worn. She felt its smooth surface against her fingers, the weight of it comforting in her palm. As she immersed it in the warm water, the sound of water splashing was both a song and a sigh. Each drop was a reminder of the playful play of life, and she allowed herself to be lulled into this simple act of care. With a sponge in hand, she began to gently scrub the plate, the rhythmic motion offering a sense of connection, not just to the plate, but to the process of cleaning, of nurturing. The soft, circular strokes became a meditation, each sweep a way of expressing gratitude for the meals shared, the laughter that had echoed through these walls. The scent of soap mingled with the remnants of her dinner, filling the air with a light, fresh aroma that invited her to breathe a little deeper as she worked. Her thoughts began to drift like clouds across a summer sky. A list of tasks fluttered through her mind-work emails, grocery lists, the laundry that awaited her. With each thought, she gently acknowledged its presence without judgment, letting it float away like a leaf on the water. In this moment, she chose to be fully present, to honor the simple act of washing the dishes as sacred. The sound of the water flowing, the rhythm of the sponge against the plate became her mantra. She melted into the experience, feeling the warmth of the water wrap around her hands, almost as if it were a soft embrace. She noticed how each rise and fall of her breath matched the motion and inhale accompanying the upward stroke, a slow exhale with the downward motion. As she continued, she recognized a subtle shift within her, a flicker of calm igniting in the back of her mind. Next, she reached for a fork, its cool metal catching the light. She held it up, examining the tiny bits of the past clinging to its prongs, remnants of shared meals and moments. With each stroke of soap and water, it transformed from a harbinger of chaos to a symbol of renewal. She allowed a smile to bloom on her lips, reveling in the playfulness of transforming even the smallest task into an act of love and care. Ilara took a moment to stand still, eyes closed, and felt the cool breeze wafting through the open window, brushing against her cheeks like a whisper. Outside, the world continued its dance. She could hear a child's laughter mingling with the chirping of birds and the distant rumble of voices. Each sound invited her to be fully here, a gentle reminder that life was unfolding around her, even as she engaged in this quiet moment. Returning to her task, she picked up a stubborn pot, its surface clouded with the evidence of culinary experiments. She felt gratitude wash over her, not just for the pot, but for the creativity that had led her to create these meals, the shared moments made richer through the flavors she had crafted. As she scrubbed away the remnants, she imagined their heat, the colors pooling on their plates, the smiles that had graced their tabula dance of nourishments shared. With each dish, she observed her own thoughts, concern for the mess, the ticking clock reminding her of responsibilities, and yet she gently redirected her focus, returning to the warmth of the water and the simple beauty of her task. Every bubble that rose and burst mirrored the thoughts that emerged and faded away. Just bubbles, nothing to hold on to, nothing to worry about. The last dish was finished, and Ilara began to rinse them under the cool stream of the faucet. She could feel the residual warmth of the water against her skin, a soft reminder of the work completed. As she set the clean dishes aside, she noticed the gentle glisten of them drying in the sunlight, each one standing as a testament to this moment of serenity. Standing at the sink, looking around her kitchen, she felt a wave of tranquility wash over her, filling the spaces around her with warmth. Her heart echoed with a soft understanding. In each task lies a chance for mindfulness, a practice of honoring the everyday. She had set aside the chaos, if only for this moment, finding clarity in the act of being present. As Elora put away the last dish, she took a deep breath, aware of the silence wrapping around her like a gentle shroud. This was her life, not merely a series of tasks to get through, but a beautiful mosaic of moments, each one just as sacred as the last. The stillness between the waves of her day became a source of peace, where everything slowed to reveal the hidden treasures of being fully alive. In this space, she felt grounded, content, ready to engage with the world once more, knowing that the rhythm of presence was always just a breath away. Inhale deeply, letting the breath fill your chest and belly, and as you exhale, allow the weight of the day to soften, to melt like snow in sunlight. Picture a warm, gentle rain falling outside your window, softening the edges of your thoughts. Let the sound of each drop tap against the earth draw you into this moment, a shared sanctuary of stillness. Here, in this space, you are free to simply be, unwinding from the busyness, connecting with the quiet rhythm of your breath as it flows in and out. Much like the dance of the rain itself, as you begin to settle into the present, imagine yourself in a small kitchen filled with the vibrant scent of freshly brewed tea. The steam rises like whispers of warmth curling in the air, and you stand at the sink, a soft hum of water cascading from the spout. Each dish before you tells a story: crackers left from lunch, a bowl once filled with bright grapes, a fork reflecting glimmers of sunlight from the window. You grasp the chilly porcelain of the plate in your hands, feeling its cool surface against your skin. It's smooth, yet dappled with patterns that tell tales of meals shared across time and space. You turn the knob on the faucet, allowing the water to flow a steady stream, creating ripples in the pool below. Let the sound of the water soothe the noise in your mind. It's an endless rush draping around you like a comforting blanket. You dip the plate into the warm, soapy water, a silent invitation for the grime of the day to be washed away. With each movement, you become aware of your body, the gentle stretch of your arms as you scrub, the subtle tension in your shoulders, and the rhythm of your breath in concert with the quiet melody of the flowing water. The sponge cradles the delicate curve of the dish, and as you glide it across the surface, you notice bubbles forming, tiny worlds caught in their ephemeral dance. They sparkle for a moment, then burst, merely rejoining the water below, just as thoughts arise and dissipate in the mind. Lean into this awareness. Let distractions float away like leaves carried downstream. Time here is fluid, unhurried. You gaze out of the window as clouds gather, casting a soft gray hue over the yard. You hear the faint crescendo of rain pattering against the roof, a gentle conversation between nature and home. Each drop is a reminder of life's nourishment, washing the world clean. As you finish washing the plate, you set it on the drying rack, letting it lean into the open air. The droplets clink stubbornly at first, glistening like tiny jewels, before finally dripping away one by one. You take a moment to watch, letting the realization settle, much like the water. Some thoughts linger longer than others, and yet all are impermanent, flowing through and out of the mind. Next, you lift a fading green bowl, the remnants of last night's salad still clinging to the edges. You greet it with kindness, running warm water across its surface, noticing how it changes under your care. The water runs clear, each stream telling a soft tale of release, of letting go what no longer serves. Allowing space for something new, with each dish you wash. Okay? You practice a quiet letting go of the weight of worries, dissolving into the suds. You feel the pressure in your brow ease. In this moment, you invite softness where rigidity had taken hold. Breathing into tightness with your exhalation, slow and deliberate. The rhythms of your actions become a meditation, a dance of the mundane. Scrub, rinse, place. Each step a reminder. That peace comes not from grand gestures, but from the beauty and the simplicity of this moment. The world outside feels distant now. It exists, but it does not intrude. You are cocooned in this tranquility, your heart steady, your mind aligned with the gentle, persistent beat of presence. The teapot whistles, a soft call pulling you from your reverie. You turn your attention to it, the steam escaping in lazy curls, carrying the earthy aroma of the tea leaves. It is an invitation, a celebration of warmth, a reminder of the simple joys that thread through the fabric of life. You pour the hot water over the leaves, watching the amber swirl awaken the dark and rich flavors, infusing the air with sweet warmth. As you let the tea steep, you take a moment, placing your hands on the counter, feeling the cool granite under your palms, anchoring you here, grounded, alive. Outside the window, the rain intensifies, a rhythm that cocoons the world. You can hear the tap of drops on the pavement, a symphony of connection between earth and sky. Nature's pulse is palpable, inviting you to connect deeper with your own quiet pulse, your own existence, and the stillness that holds you. The tea is ready, and with a gentle smile, you lift the container, feeling its comforting weight. You pour the liquid into a delicate cup, glancing out once more. The garden, brightened and tempered by the rain, seems to vibrate with colors more vivid than before. The leaves glisten with droplets, their fragrance alive and electric. And you are reminded how the nourishing touch of water has the power to transform, like the deliberate act of bringing attention to the everyday. Finding a cozy spot at the table, you cradle the warm cup in your hands, the heat spreading up your arms, anchoring you in this moment. You bring the cup to your lips, inhaling the soothing scent, and take a slow sip. The richness washes over your tongue, grounding you deeper into your seated posture. Noticing the warmth radiating from within, you let it spread, filling the spaces that life's tensions had once gripped. Reflect on the sound of rain tapping the window pane. The gentle patter soothes like a lullaby, inviting calm into your being. Each drop falling outside could be a thought, a worry, a task on your endless list, letting them come and go without clinging. It's like the dishes washed, you can release. It's like the rain, you to belong within the cycle of ebb and flow. In the stillness of this rain-kissed afternoon, let yourself be fully present in the warm embrace of your tea. Acknowledge all that has led you here, seated in quietude, the world briefly at rest. This moment contains a gentle reminder, within the ordinary tasks of life, the washing, the pouring, the sippingly, the possibility of awareness, serenity. As the minutes pass, sip by sip, you settle into a tranquil rhythm, slow and deliberate. You are here, encircled by this moment, where the rain, the tea, and your presence collide in perfect harmony as you slowly finish your tea. Take a final moment to breathe, to savor the remnants of warmth lingering on your lips. Allow the echoes of this practice, the tender mindfulness in washing each dish, in pouring each cup, to follow you beyond this kitchen into the world outside. With each mindful action, you are weaving threads of peace into the fabric of your day, greeting each moment with presence, and reminding yourself that even in the busyness of life, stillness is always a breath away. Let this feeling of tranquility gently carry you forward as you step into the flow of life anew, just like the rain, nourishing the earth with each drop. In this moment, take a deep breath. Exhale slowly, filling your lungs with the fragrant air that surrounds you. And then exhale gently, releasing any restless thoughts or commitments of the day. As you breathe, allow yourself to settle into the gentle rhythm of the here and now. Feel the weight of your body where it touches the surface beneath you. Observe the sounds in your environment, a distant bird calling, the soft rustle of leaves, or perhaps the quiet hum of everyday life. Let the world soften around you, inviting you to step into a tender awareness where every breath is a sanctuary and every thought is drifting like clouds in a vast open sky. Imagine a sunlit kitchen, warm and inviting, the afternoon light spilling across the wooden countertop like liquid gold. The sink, filled with a gentle cascade of bubbles, invites the hands to immerse themselves in its soft, yielding embrace. Here, this small act of washing dishes can become a doorway to presence, a gentle invitation to slow down and notice. As you reach for a dinner plate, feel the cool, smooth glaze beneath your fingertips. It's still slightly damp from the last meal, carrying with it the remnants of shared laughter and conversation. You lift it from the soapy water, watching the bubbles cling to the surface like tiny, floating orbs of light. Each bubble reflects the sunshine streaming through the window, momentarily capturing the beauty of that specific moment. Little world within a world, with the plate now before you. You begin to scrub gently, the sponge gliding like a dancer across its surface. Notice the soft sound of the sponge as it makes contact, a soothing squish that reverberates softly in the solace of the kitchen. Each stroke is an invitation to rest your mind, to find the rhythm of the water, the warmth of your hands, and the tender care with which you handle this simple dish. As you rinse the plate, feel the cool water flowing around your fingers. It cascades down, a gentle trickle, cascading into the sink below. Listen closely. Hear the quiet splashes, the sing-song chatter of water meeting water. Each splash is a reminder of the flow of life itself, ever-changing, ungraspable, and yet utterly beautiful in its spontaneity. You begin to notice how the water sparkles, how it is never the same from one moment to the next. Just as your thoughts drift in and out of focus, set the plate aside to dry, and stretch your fingers, feeling the subtle sensations of warmth and coolness lingering on your skin. Every touch, every movement is an opportunity for awareness. You now turn to the next item, a small bowl chipped at the rim, telling its own story of years shared around the table. As you wash it, you might recall the countless meals it has held, the shared moments of joy and sorrow, the mundane tasks transformed into memories etched in your heart. The scent of the soap fills the air, a soft lavender whispering of calm and tranquility. Allow it to settle into your mind, a gentle balm for any worries lingering there. As you breathe in this scent, recognize how it permeates the space, wrapping around you like a warm embrace. Inhale deeply, feeling the calm wash over you just as the water cleanses the dishes. It also cleanses your thoughts, leaving them shimmering with possibility. And now, as you move through the task of washing one dish after another, let go of any urgency to finish. Stay with the rhythm. Each dish is a moment, each moment an opportunity to be fully present. There is no need to be anywhere else, nothing looming on the horizon that you must rush toward. Everything you need is right here, in the sensation of the water, in the warmth of the sun, in the gentle embrace of this very moment. Washing becomes meditative, a sacred ritual in the heart of daily life. You might feel your mind wandering, thoughts flitting like autumn leaves in the breeze. And that's all right. Simply notice them, acknowledge their presence, and then gently return your focus to the rhythm of your hands, to the temperature of the water, to the symphony of sounds surrounding you. Perhaps the gentle whir of a refrigerator hums softly in the background, or the chirping of a bird outside sings its own song of presence. Each sound becomes a part of your awareness, a thread weaving into the fabric of this tranquil moment. As the stack of clean dishes grows, your heart begins to mirror the quiet satisfaction of the task. There is beauty in this simplicity, this everyday act that so many rush past, consumed by a whirlwind of busyness. Here, time unravels, revealing the quiet essence of life, the profound peace that lies just beneath the surface of every ordinary moment. And then, as you lift a glass, the sunlight catches it, casting a prism of colors against the walla, fleeting reminder of the beauty that exists in the small moments. The fleeting moments, when you look deeper, when you choose to pause and connect with what is right in front of you. Each glint of color is a reminder of the interconnectedness of life, how each gesture echoes through time and space, how each shared smile, each act of kindness, ripples outwards into the world. And here, in this kitchen, you are part of that grand tapestry, a weaver of presence, connection, and mindful awareness. Finally, as you wipe your hands on a soft cotton towel, take a moment to gaze around the kitchen. 8. Looks and feels fresher. In its simplicity, every dish now sparkling, waiting patiently to serve their purpose again. You breathe in deeply, feeling gratitude for the quiet moments, for the stillness that can be found even in the hustle of a life well lived. And as you take a moment to stand in the stillness, let this awareness settle within you. Know that, like the ebb and flow of water, every moment is a chance to begin again, to awaken to the beauty of now. Let this lingering peace guide you through the rest of your day, reminding you that in the rhythm of the mundane lies the extraordinary, waiting for you to notice, waiting for you to hold it gently and fully right here, right now. In the gentle hum of existence, as the world stretches and yawns, take a moment to settle into the breath, the soft rise and fall of being. Feel the ground beneath you, steady and sure, welcoming you into the present. Notice the air, cool and inviting, wrapping around you like a soft shawl. In this space, let the mind quiet, allowing the cacophony of thoughts to float away like autumn leaves on a breeze. As we embark on this journey together, let us hone our awareness to the small and endless moments that weave the tapestry of our lives, starting with something as simple as a bowl of warm water. Imagine you are standing in a sunlit kitchen, the soft glow of morning cascading through the window panes, painting the world in golden hues. The air is a tapestry of scents, the lingering aroma of yesterday's meals mingled with a fresh hint of citrus from the bowl of fruit on the counter. The sink is full of warm water, bubbles swirling like playful thoughts in your mind, inviting you to engage. You reach for the first sheet surface, cool against your palm, a reminder of the warmth that once held its contents. With a gentle motion, you immerse the dish in the nurturing water, and the sound of splashing creates a serene melody, echoing softly throughout the room. As you pick up the sponge, its damp texture feels familiar between your fingers, a small object yet rich with purpose. You watch the sudsy foam rise and flicker like tiny stars, glistening in the light, a simple act yet filled with potential. You begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion stirring a sense of focus, grounding you in the now. Notice the sounds around you, the faint chirping of birds outside, the rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze. Their whispers blend seamlessly, creating a soft symphony that guides your heart toward stillness. With each pass of the sponge, the dish transforms before your eyes, the muck and remnants of meals bygones slipping away, revealing a pristine surface that gleams with clarity. As thoughts arise, bills to pay, obligations to meet, acknowledge them like clouds passing through a vast sky. They come and go, ephemeral and inconsequential in this moment. You return your awareness to the water, its warmth enveloping your hands, a soothing balm that redirects your focus. Each dish wipes clean brings you deeper into the present, a small meditative practice blooming with intention. You move to the next dish, a mug with a comforting curve. It's painted with edges, softened by everyday use. As you hold it, you can almost feel the warmth of tea once brewed within, the shared moments of laughter and solace it has fostered. You scrub a little more gently now, caressing its surface with reverence, as if to honor the joy it has brought into your life. The rhythm of your actions becomes a dance, a flow, the bubbles wrapping around your fingers in a tender embrace. With each dish, you are not merely cleaning. You are practicing a form of mindfulness, an offering of yourself to the present. You shift your attention to the sound of the water draining from the sink, a gentle gurgle that echoes like a lullaby. With each sound, consider how life flows, what comes in, what goes out, much like the water swirling away. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for this very moment, the opportunity to wash, to clear, to tend to what is here now. The last dish glistens under your careful ministrations. You rinse, allowing the cool water to cascade down a soft shower that washes away not only the soap, but also the day's distractions. As you place it on the drying rack, you take a step back, surveying your work. Quiet satisfaction rises within you. Each item is now restored, renewed, ready for another day of service. In this task, simple yet profound, you grasp the essence of life itself. Like the plates and cups, we too bear marks of the past, shadows of experiences that cling to us. And yet, in the act of being mindful of, immersing ourselves in the now, we find the power to cleanse, to refresh. As you complete these acts of presence, the kitchen feels different. There is an awareness in the stillness, the space transformed by your attention. The world outside hums on, but here, inside, there is a sweet pause, a sigh of contentedness. You gently drain the water, watching it spiral down the sink, drawing away remnants of foam. In this act, surrender to the flow of life becomes clear. Embrace the currents. Let go of what no longer serves you. You turn off the faucet. The silence that follows feels expansive, filled with possibility. As you stand in the aftermath of this simple task, take a moment to breathe deeply, letting the air fill your lungs with gratitude. Each breath reflects a cycle of washing, of clearing, of authentic presence in this vast, sacred moment of life. In these quiet acts, may you find the calm, the stillness, the wholeness that resides always within you, waiting to be nurtured and reclaimed. Allow yourself to carry this sense of peace forward, a reminder that in every ordinary moment lies the potential for extraordinary presence. In this moment, as you settle into a comfortable space, take a deep breath, allowing your shoulders to soften, letting go of the day's weight. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the sensations of air entering and leaving your body. Feel the ground beneath you, steady and unwavering, a silent support for your being. As you breathe, allow yourself to notice your surroundings, the colors, the textures, the sounds that float into your awareness like whispers of the world calling for your attention. Here, in this moment, there is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just be in a quiet kitchen. The sunlight streamed through the window, casting warm, golden pools of light on the tiled floor. It was a modest space, filled with the simple tools of every day. Live cooking pots, mugs, and a dish rack waiting patiently for its next duty. The soft hum of a distant lawnmower punctuated the tranquility. Grounding the scene in the pulse of a Sunday afternoon, Sarah stood at the sink, water flowing from the faucet in a gentle cascade, the sound of it dancing like laughter through the air. She turned to the dishes that had gathered like silent witnesses to her recent meals, a collection of mismatched plates, glistening silverware, and glasses that held remnants of her favorite juice. It was a familiar scene, one she had encountered countless times before, yet today felt different. Today offered an invitation to engage with the mundane in a new way. As she plunged her hands into the warm water, a wave of sensation enveloped her. The heat wrapped around her fingers like a comforting embrace, urging her to bring her full attention to the task at hand. She picked up a plate, its surface still warm from the last meal, and began to scrub. The soft scratch of the sponge mirrored the gentle swirling of her thoughts, creating a rhythm that pulled her deeper into presence. With each stroke, she allowed herself to linger in the moment, noticing the small things, the glistening bubbles forming and bursting like tiny stars. The fragrance of the dish soap arose, sweet and clean, evoking memories of childhood when she watched her mother do the same, hands deft and skilled. The narrative of her life unfolded softly, threads of memory weaving connections with the here and now. The water splashed gently against her wrists, cool and refreshing as she let the feelings seep into her consciousness. A hint of tension in her shoulders unfurled as she breathed out, surrendering to the flow of the moment. No thoughts of tomorrow's tasks intruded, no worries about the chores left undone. They drifted away like autumn leaves carried by a gentle breeze. She reached for a fork, its metal cool against her palm. As she scrubbed, she visualized each stain lifting, each spot of dried food releasing its grip. In this act of cleaning, she found an echo of her own life, the tendency to hold onto what no longer served her, its remnants of past experiences clinging like stubborn grease. She exhaled, allowing the metaphor of cleansing to wash over her. Just as the fork returned to its shiny state, so too could she release the burdens of her own past. The sound of the water began to fade into the background, replaced by a deeper awareness of her senses. The flickering flame of the stove caught her eye, dancing ever so slightly. There was joy in its unpredictable movements and invitation to pay tribute to the beauty of imperfection. Each moment was alive with its own story, each flicker a reminder to cherish the ephemeral nature of life. As she rinsed the last plate and placed it on the rack, she felt the weight of gratitude settle in her heart. The dishes, once a chore, had transformed into a meditation, a gateway to presence. In this act of caring for her home, she nurtured not just the physical space, but also her own spirit. The sunlight shifted as the afternoon waned, painting the kitchen with hues of amber and rose. The kettle began to whistle softly, a melodious call for attention. Sarah paused, allowing herself to breathe it all in. The world had slowed, wrapping her in its warm embrace, extending an invitation to savor this very moment. She moved to pour herself a cup of tea, the aroma rising to greet her. Embracing the warmth of the ceramic mug, her fingers curled around it, grounding her in this simple ritual. Each sip became a celebration of the senses. The steam kissed her cheeks, the warmth spread through her body, the earthy flavors danced on her tongue. In this quiet act of self-care, she found solace and connection with each moment that unfurled. Sarah became acutely aware of the symphony of existence playing around her, the distant laughter of children outside, the soft rustle of leaves in the evening breeze, and the ever-present rhythm of her breath. She allowed herself to be fully present, soaking in the ordinary yet extraordinary beauty of the world. As she finished her tea, she stood for a moment at the kitchen window, gazing outside. The sky was painted with strokes of lavender and indigo, the day surrendering softly to night. In this transition, she felt a sense of belonging, a harmonious connection to the life that surrounded her. The stars were beginning to twinkle, one by one, nameless yet familiar, pointing toward a vastness where everything belonged in this small kitchen. In this seemingly ordinary task, Sarah uncovered the extraordinary power of presence. Life, like the dishes she washed, holds within it the rich tapestry of everyday experiences, each thread inviting us to awaken to the beauty of now. As she stepped back from the window, she carried with her a gentle knowing amid the flow of time. There is peace in being fully, wholeheartedly alive. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to embrace the stillness that surrounds you. Take a deep breath, inhaling slowly, feeling the coolness of the air fill your lungs. Hold it for just a heartbeat, and then gently exhale, releasing any tension you may be holding on to. With each breath, invite yourself to be present, here and now, in the gentle unfolding of today. Notice the subtle sounds that may drift into your awareness, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of life waking, a bird offering its cheerful song. As you listen, let go of the tangles of thought, inviting a soft, meditative awareness to fill your heart. Imagine it is early morning, the world still draped in the soft fabric of dawn. You stand by the kitchen sink, a simple yet sacred space where the rhythm of life unfolds. The sun has begun its slow ascent, casting a warm golden hue across the countertop, illuminating yesterday's dishes that lie waiting, patiently stacked. Like tender memories, as you place your hands under the cool stream of water, feel the sensation of each droplet gliding across your palms. The temperature shifting from cold to warm as you immerse yourself in the morning ritual. The water speaks. In a gentle rush, a soothing soundtrack to your task. You pick up the first dish, a simple plate, smooth and familiar. It's remnants of a meal that nourished you and those you cherish. With the soft sponge in hand, you begin to scrub, feeling the slight resistance of food remnants against the gentle pressure of your hand. Each stroke is an invitation to engage deeply with the moment. Notice the scent mingling in the air, the soap, fresh and clean, mingling with the faintest hint of last night's dinner. As you lather the soap, watch as tiny bubbles emerge, rising and shimmering like little orbs of joy, reflecting the morning light. You pause for a moment, letting the water cascade from the dish, washing away what no longer serves you. You realize that in this act of cleansing, something deeper is happening. The plates and bowls transforming under your hands are just mirrors to the process occurring within you, the clearing away of yesterday's residue, the embrace of the present. You begin to lose track of time, each dish becoming a world unto itself. Your fingertips glide along the surface. Feel the texture, the coolness of ceramic, the curves of glass. Each item has its own story, and as you wash, you honor these narratives, acknowledging the meals shared, the laughter that echoed, the nourishment that fueled your day as you rinse the plates. The water dances, trailing down and pooling momentarily, before making its way into the earth below, reminder of the cyclical nature of life. You engage wholly with the task, the gentle rhythm of washing, rinsing, drying. It flows like a gentle stream, and you are both the source and the witness of this cleansing. Moving to the next dish. A beloved mug cradled in your hands, a vessel of morning warmth. You notice the faint, faded designs etched into its surface. Memories flood back sipping tea in the quiet of morning. Laughter shared with friends over coffee. You scrub delicately, acknowledging the memories while allowing them to float away like bubbles rising to the surface. Here, in this moment, is where joy resides, not in the past, but in the way each present moment can hold the essence of those we love, those we share life with. The sounds of the world begin to stir. The distant hum of cars on the road, the faint laughter of children waking, the rustle of branches swaying outside your window. Each sound weaves into your experience, harmonizing with the soft rhythm of your task. You breathe in deeply, drawing in the rich scent of dawn hanging sweetly in the air, grounding you even further as the sink fills with warm, soapy water. The steam rises subtly, encircling you like a gentle embrace. You dip your hands once again into the warmth, feeling the remarkable contrast of heat and the coolness of the air against your skin. Sensations amplify your presence each breath, each scrub, each rinse becoming a moment of connection with the now. In this state of flow, you begin to notice the quiet chatter of your own thoughts. They come and go, weaving in and out like threads of a tapestry. Some are simple reminders. Don't forget to call Sarah. Remember to pick up groceries later. Others are deeper flicker of worry, a twinge of sadness, fleeting moments of happiness, bubbling to the surface. Instead of judging these thoughts or pushing them away, you let them whisper through you, as you would allow fallen leaves to swirl around your feet in autumn's gentle breeze. You are the observer, anchored in the act of washing dishes, yet aware of the complex landscape within. As you reach for the final mug, a delicate porcelain piece handed down through generations, your heart swells with gratitude. Extra care as you scrub, feeling the fragility of it beneath your hands, both strong and delicate. Sweet smile unfurls upon your lips, for in this moment you realize how each dish, each memory contributes to the fabric of your life. You place the last dish onto the drying rack, and in doing so, you acknowledge the layers of this seemingly mundane task. The clarity that comes with bringing presence into everyday actions allows you to peel away the hurriedness of life. The world outside continues to bustle with its relentless pace, but here, in your kitchen, in this emotional sanctuary, time is suspended, a gift of tranquility, gifted by the stillness of morning light. You dry your hands on the cloth, it's a soft fabric, gentle against your skin, and breathe in again, fully and deeply, sensing that this moment is a treasure, a celebration of quiet existence. Each breath ties you to this space, rich with the scents and sounds of life weaving together. The act of washing dishes has transformed into a meditative dance, a reminder of the simple joys that hold great meaning. As you take a final look at the tidy kitchen, notice how your heart feels lighter, the weight of the world a little less burdensome. The dishes, now clean and full of stories, symbolize the beauty of being present, of engaging with life in its most ordinary moments. Embrace this stillness as you step back into the world outside, carrying with you the insights that have emerged, like gentle ripples on the surface of a serene pond. Remember, within the rhythms of your days lies the power of presence, always waiting for you, ready to welcome you back home to yourself. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath, allowing the air to fill your lungs. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, a gentle reminder of your presence here and now. Let your shoulders soften as the world outside begins to fade, making room for the stillness within. Notice how the space around you welcomes you, silent, unhurried, embracing. Together, let us embark on a journey that unfolds at the rhythm of your own heartbeat, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary in the tapestry of mindfulness. Imagine a quiet afternoon where the sky is a canvas of gray, its clouds heavy with promise. You find yourself in a simple kitchen, the late sun filtering through the window, illuminating the gentle swirls of dust dancing in the air. It's a sanctuary of sorts, a space where the cacophony of the world subsides, and all that exists is the alluring quietude awaiting you as you stand at the sink. The warm water cascades from the faucet, a gentle torrent cascading over your hands as you immerse them in the soothing embrace of warmth. With each droplet, feel the soft caress upon your skin, a reminder of life's small joys. You take a moment to breathe deeply, inhaling the clean scent of the dish soap, sharp yet comforting, a fragrance infused with the memories of home-cooked meals and friendly gatherings. The dishes before you reflect the story of the day faded. Floral patterns on plates, remnants of laughter and shared moments, some draped in the remnants of sundry meals, a testament to nourishment shared. With a sponge in hand, you tilt the first plate toward the light, observing the way the water clings, tiny beads gathering and glistening, momentarily suspended before surrendering to gravity, spiraling down to join the others in the basin. As you begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion becomes a form of meditation. Each circle you trace is a momentary journey, a dance of intention. Notice how the sponge glides over the china, the texture of the plate beneath it a smooth expanse. A dash of warmth lingering just beneath the surface, echoing the essence of those who have gathered before you, their hearts woven into the fabric of family meals. You listen now, truly listen to the sound that envelopes you, the gentle splash of water, the melody of a distant bird calling from the trees outside, the subtle rustling of leaves stirred by a soft breeze. Each sound harmonizes in a soothing chorus, echoing the cadence of your breath, slowing the relentless march of time. You feel the weight of distractions lighten, falling away like the bubbles that rise and pop in the soapy water, liberating you into this moment. Letting go of judgment, you watch as bits of food float to the surface, watching white specks drifting, disappearing, much like fleeting thoughts. They come, they linger, and they leave. And so too, you can allow your thoughts to wander. Feel the gratitude for the nourishment each meal has brought, and with it, the ability to wash the past away, rediscovering the simplicity of the now. Continuing your work, you move to the next dish, an earthy clay bowl, the texture of its surface familiar under your fingertips. You can feel the weight of it, grounding you more fully in this now. It tells stories of family recipes, vibrant gatherings, laughter echoing like music. As you scrub, you notice not just the grime, but the history. It's a connection, the life that nourishes the soul. Savor the sensation of the water as it drizzles over your wrist, cool yet somehow revitalizing, sending a gentle shiver up your arm, awakening the senses. Each movement becomes deliberate, your body swaying slightly as the rhythm of washing draws you deeper into the moment. A keen awareness unfolds like a flower blooming in your mind, revealing the beauty nestled within the ordinary. You take a moment to look out the window. The rain has begun to fall, gentle patters growing into a magnificent symphony playing on rooftops, sidewalks, whispering through the leaves. Each droplet falls, a fleeting moment in time, merging effortlessly into pools on the ground. Each drop, a reminder of life's continuity, a mirror to your own gentle spirals of thought. As they ebb and flow like waves against the shore of your consciousness, you feel the warmth on your back from the sun that still fights to claim its space amidst the gray. Here you are alive, present in the here and now, the water flowing, the dish in your hands, the rain softening the edges of the world outside, a delicate fusion of warmth and coolness, comfort and renewal. With the final dish rinsed clean, you hang the dishcloth to dry, a still life completed. As you step back, take a moment to appreciate the quiet gleam of the plates, the glistening silverware, a testament to your presence and care. You look around your small sanctuary, imbued with your gratitude, the serenity of simplicity washing over you, and in this quiet interlude, you realize you are not just cleaning dishes. You are participating in life, savoring each moment, connecting deeply with the rhythm of existence. The mundane transcends the ordinary, intertwining past and present, wrapping around your heart like a gentle embrace as the rain continues its soft dance against the window. The world outside feels distant, blurred, yet inviting. You can hear the faint sound of the wind weaving through the branches, a gentle reminder of resilience, of transformation. In the distance, the murmur of life goes on, but here, in this moment, within the confines of this kitchen, you are at peace in the stillness of this moment. Embrace the understanding that simplicity holds great wisdom. Let the cycle of washing and cleaning, of breathing and being, remind you that every ripple of kindness contributes to the tapestry of life. As you stand in this tranquility, carry the essence of this mindful encounter with you, and as you leave, remember that life, much like this raindrop, is a fleeting gift that invites you to fully immerse yourself in its beauty, just as it is. Take a moment to settle into your space. Allow your breath to flow naturally in and out, like the gentle waves caressing the shore. Notice the weight of your body against the seat, the texture of the ground beneath your feet, and the delicate dance of any sounds surrounding you. This moment is a gift, soft invitation to sink into the present. In this narrative, let us explore an ordinary experience. It's the kind that often slips through our fingers unnoticed, yet holds the potential to reveal a profound stillness within thee. Day began as any other, the morning sunlight spilling through the window like honey, casting a warm golden hue upon the kitchen tiles. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the air, an invitation to awaken gently. As she stood at the sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water, a sense of calm enveloped her. The simple act of washing dishes became her anchor, drawing her deeper into the heart of the present. The clinking of dishes accompanied the rhythmic motion of her hands. With each plate, each glass, she felt the coolness of porcelain and the slick, foamy texture of the soap. The water glimmered like tiny diamonds as it cascaded over the dishes, tracing a path of clarity, washing away remnants of yesterday's meals. Here in this moment, she focused solely on the task at hand, her mind brushing aside the myriad of thoughts that often cascaded through her day like leaves caught in a whirlwind. As the sponge glided over a stubborn stain, she observed the way the fibers embraced the surface, finding peace in the gentle resistance. It was a dancer hand, the sponge, the dish, all moving together in silent harmony. In this space, there was no hurry, no pressure to be elsewhere or to do something grand. Just the water, the soap, and the mindful presence she cultivated. With each deliberate stroke, the sound of water bubbling quietly filled the room. A soft melody that reminded her of a bubbling brook in a quiet forest. She allowed herself to listen deeply, as if the water had stories to tell. Each note whispered of life, of cycles, of renewal. With every rinse and wipe, the dishes transformed from clutter to clarity, a reflection of the inner landscape she was nurturing within. As she reached for a mug, she paused, taking a moment to appreciate the delicate patterns that adorned its surface, the swirling blues and whites that mirrored the endless sky. She held the mug to her heart, feeling its warmth seep into her palm, imagining the countless cups of tea shared with friends, the quiet mornings spent in solitude, savoring the moment with a book in hand. How many stories had unfolded over this simple vessel? There was a reverence here, a gratitude for the everyday, the ordinary that, when observed deeply, blossomed into something extraordinary. Thoughts may have danced at the edge of her awareness tasks, yet unfinished, conversations left unsaid, but she gently nudged them aside like drifting leaves. In this sacred space, those thoughts were neither friends nor foes. They were simply clouds passing through the expanse of her mind. She focused on her breath, feeling it rise and fall like the tide, anchoring her to the here and now. A soft smile crept onto her lips as she recalled her son's laughter from the living room. The lightness of his joy washed over her like the sun breaking through a canopy of trees. In that moment, she felt an urge to carry this warmth into their shared space, to infuse the day with presence, but not through grand gestures, rather through the simple act of being there fully, wholeheartedly. Finishing the last dish, she turned off the tap, listening to the final trickle of water as it slid down into silence. She dried her hands on a clean towel, feeling the softness against her skin, a reminder of the tenderness inherent in everyday experiences. Resolved in her small task, she stepped away from the sink, embracing a sense of completion. As she made her way into the living room, she paused at the threshold, allowing her breath to fill her lungs and expand her heart. The warmth of the sun, spilled into the room in golden rays, illuminating her son's face as he sat engrossed in his play. His deep concentration was a sacred moment of presence, and she felt the gentle pull to join him, not with purpose, but with openness. "May I sit with you?" asked softly, and he looked up, his eyes widening with joy. "Yes, look, Mom," as he excitedly showcased his Legos, constructing a fantastical world of towering castles and colorful dragons. She settled next to him, allowing herself to be swept into his imagination. She listened to his words, each phrase a thread weaving their connection tighter. The room filled with his laughter, bubbling like the gentle water that had earlier danced beneath her fingertips. In these moments, she discovered the beauty of shared presence, a living testament to the threads that bind us to one another. With each playful banter and each moment of silence, she felt deeply alive, absorbing the details, the sound of tiny bricks clicking together, the light pouring through the window painting a tapestry of playfulness, and the whispers of love held in the air between them. There was balance here, a quietness born of just being, a reminder that the most extraordinary moments often arise from the depths of the ordinary. As the sun continued its slow descent, casting elongated shadows across the room, their shared laughter began to soften into gentle conversations, into the pauses that spoke volumes without words. The world outside melted away. Time was no longer important. It simply wove into the fabric of their togetherness. Eventually, as evening approached and a soft twilight settled in, she felt the peace from washing the dishes blend seamlessly into the warmth surrounding her, a quiet continuity of presence, of love, of existence. As she prepared dinner, the mundane task of chopping vegetables echoed the earlier rhythm of washing, a reminder that mindfulness could be refuge in every corner of her life, brought forth by the simple act of attending deeply. And so, as the day began to close, she recognized at these moments the soft laughter of her child, the warmth of familiar dishes. The air filled with the aromas of their shared meal were not just parts of life, but, in fact, life itself. It was a quiet gift wrapped in the brilliance of the mundane, urging her to return to this presence again and again. In the depths of everyday experiences lies a profound tranquility, waiting to be uncovered through the gentle embrace of mindful awareness, if only we choose to see it. In this moment, let us pause. Breathe deeply, feeling the air move in and out of your body, a gentle tide ebbing and flowing. As you settle into your breath, allow the world around you to soften, like a watercolor painting, dissolving into rich, flowing hues. Here, we invite you to be fully present, to witness not just a story that unfolds, but the very act of being alive, aware. Imagine this moment as a quiet sanctuary, a space to immerse yourself in sensations, thoughts, and feelings as they arise. Like leaves drifting upon a still pond, it was a rainy afternoon when Clara found herself gazing out the window, the rhythmic patter of rain against the glass creating a soothing symphony. The world outside blurred into shades of gray and verdant greens, the colors melded under the gentle caress of the rain. Inside, however, warmth enveloped her both from the promise of tea brewing nearby and the soft, flickering light of the kitchen lamp. As the kettle began to hum, Clara's gaze fell upon the kitchen sink, filled with a mountain of dishes from a lively breakfast. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the day and his two dolls pressing against her. Yet, watching the droplets chase each other down the window panes, something began to stir within her, a whisper of acceptance for the moments ahead. With a soft sigh, she stepped closer to the sink, rolling up her sleeves to reveal arms warmed by the humid air of the room. She turned on the faucet, allowing the water to flow over her hands, a cool cascade that felt alive and refreshing. She noted the way the water danced, pure and unhindered, as it pooled at the bottom of the sink. In that initial contact, a sensation rippled through her fingertips, an awareness blooming in her chest, inviting her deeper into the present. Clara picked up the first plate, surface still bearing the faint traces of breakfaster's smear of butter and the residue of jam. She cradled it in her hands, contemplating the ordinary object that held so much unfelt history. As she dipped it into the warm, soapy water, bubbles swirled and spun, bright and iridescent, as if each one contained a tiny universe of possibility. She watched them rise and burst, ephemeral little worlds fading into the air. As her hands moved with intention, she began to notice the sensations of the task at hand, the warmth of the water enveloping her fingers, the slight resistance of the food sticking to the plate, yielding to her scrub, and the slick, smooth surface transforming under her caress. With each motion, she exchanged hurried thoughts for simple awareness of movement, a sound, a feeling. The dish soap sent forth a fragrant hint of citrus, mingling with the smell of damp earth wafting through the open window, creating a tapestry of scents that cradled her mind. Each plate revealed its own story. The chipped edges spoke of years, of family meals, laughter echoing over morning coffee, late-night chats, and shared moments. Clara remembered the friends who gathered around this very table, the warmth echoing in her heart like a soft melody. The stories intertwined with the water, washing away layers of busyness and the need to rush. In this moment, she was simply Clara, a woman who found joy in the rhythm of her hands. With each turn of the sponge, she entered a serene dance with the present. The clinks of silverware punctuated the stillness, a gentle reminder of life's continuity. Each clink was a heartbeat, grounded, insistent, inviting her deeper into the now. She let thoughts swirl into the background of conversation, not yet finished, the unmade bed. Here and now, she existed to wash the dishes, to explore the textures and sensations of each item. Time seemed to stretch around her. What had felt like an encumbrance transformed into a gentle space of being. There was no rush, no urgency. Rain fell softly outside, the sound a constant friend to her mindful engagement. The dishwater turned cool, and she reached for the sprayer, its cold streams reviving her focus with each gentle splash. She paused, allowing the turning of things to lead her deeper into her exploration. There was no destination, only this rich experience of life unfolding. Clara lifted a bowl, its lingering remnants of cereal remnants like whispers of mornings past. As her fingers traced its curves, she found the delicate dance of wonder and gratitude arising within her being. She realized how often she hastened past these moments, this rich, nourishing reality. She let herself be here, fully, in the ebb and flow of washing this bowl, allowing the sensations to wash over her more deeply. As the minutes drifted on, Clara began to feel the groundswell of connection with herself and the world. The rain continued its serenade. The dishes emerged from their soapy depths, gleaming, alive with possibility. She traced the edges of a cup, the thin porcelain cool against her thumb, and closed her eyes, remembering the warmth it had cradled, the comfort of tea shared over stories. It's now a part of her spirit. In the corner of her mind, a stray thought fluttered like a leaf caught in a breeze. Thought about tomorrow, the to-do list waiting. Instead of engaging with it, Clara consciously chose to let it float away, mere clouds passing in the expansive sky of her awareness. She opened her eyes, bringing herself back to the whirl and sway of the present moment, refreshing and exhilarating. Final dish found its place on the drying rack, a cascade of bubbles trickling down its glimmering surface. Clara paused, taking a moment to appreciate the completed cycle of this small act. She felt an overwhelming sense of calm wrapping around her like a familiar blanket, warmth settling into her bones. The kitchen now held an aura of stillness, the world outside still humming with rain. With one last glance at the dishes, she turned off the water. Its gentle sound, a final note of a song just played. Clara stepped back, allowing herself a moment of gratitude. She realized this act of dishwashing had become a portal, a doorway through which she had stepped into the heart of the moment. With it came the understanding, the recognition that within each simple task lies profound meaning. The essence of life itself, explored in the most ordinary of circumstances. As she left the kitchen, Clara carried a quietude within, a soft reminder that moments can be transformative, even in their simplicity. With each breath, she felt the space around and within her, the resonant whisper of water reminding her of the beauty in presence. Outside, the rain continued to fall, each droplet a testament to the unfolding of life, an invitation to flow with it, always returning to the stillness waiting within. And so, with each step she took, she held this knowing, the memory of water softly dancing through her here, now, always.